Campbell and Anne Murray. Show me thy way, O Lord. That's Shiloh Country for this week. Thanks for joining us. Next week you'll hear another 60 minutes of music that'll touch your hearts and comfort your soul. Tim Mitchell was our engineer, with technical assistance from Travis Turk, Jim Raylan, Jim Gilmore and Michael Stanton. Shiloh Country is a production of Shiloh Media Inc. and is produced in part at the studios of Audio Productions, Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Rex Mitchell, and until we meet again in Shiloh Country, goodbye, and God bless you.
We get local now with another Community Fresh update. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Incoming SMS alert.
Where are you? This party is awesome. Hurry.
On my way in stupid traffic. Hashtag FOMO. Send.
Message fail.
Send the message, stupid phone.
Who's the stupid one? You're driving and texting.
I just wanted to send a message.
You're risking the safety of road users. Do you want to hurt someone?
Get the message. Say no to FOMO. Don't text and drive.
Bendigo's best sport, 101.5 FM.
Today, live football comes from the QEO Bendigo for interleague football. The Bendigo Football Netball League clash with the Victorian Amateur Football Association, both under 19s and senior football live. I'm John Hunter. A part of our calling teams today, Cameron Power, Daniel Smith and Derek Philo. Sunday Football Live. Listen to us on 101.5 FM in Bendigo and across central Victoria. Online at TuneIn and Community Plus radio streaming apps. Today's football sponsors, Don Smallgoods Castlemaine, Aussie Disposals, Mortgage Choice, Jason Westcott Builder, Bendigo City Framers, The Locksmith Store, Central Kitchens, Ute Trays, Parsons Towing and Steve Barty Gas Castlemaine.
It's driving through the heat and the pouring rain. It's the camp who can't be beat. It's our city's greatest game. It's a game we all grew up with. Now you gotta have big bros. Get in the water. Country football. Country water. Get in the action. Get in the water. Feel the excitement. Country water.
Hey, you'll need lots of firewood to get you through this bitter cold winter. Stock up with quality wood. It's available right now from Bendigo Firewood and Soil, delivered straight to your door. Hardwood mix and red gum in stock plus more. Renewably sourced, seasoned to perfection. For a longer burn time, a warmer home, producing less ash. Get your wood pile stocked from Bendigo Firewood and Soil, McDowell's Road, East Bendigo. Find fresh sponsor at bendigofirewoodandsoil.com.au.
Local first fresh sponsor Jason Westcott Builder, where your dreams become a reality. Whether it's crafting bespoke 5-bedroom homes or breathing new life into cherished spaces with renovations and extensions, they're there for you every step of the way. With a dedicated team and a commitment to exceeding your expectations, Jason Westcott Builder is your partner in creating the home you've always envisioned. Visit them online with their galleries and begin your journey at Jason Westcott Builder.
Fire up for the footy with Don Footy Franks. Whether you're with family, friends or the matchday crew, nothing beats cheering on your team with a delicious Don Footy Frank in hand. Go straight down the middle with sauce and mustard or work it out wide with a bit of cheese and onion. Whatever your play, fresh and local sponsor Don Footy Franks are made for footy. Is Don is good.
Fresh sponsor. Pete the Plasterer is getting things done. Barry the Bricklayer's under control. And Tomo the Tiler, well, he's not worried, because they went to Butte Trace. Right, fellas? Yeah. Now with new owners, Butte Trace does steel and aluminium mute trays, canopies, toolboxes, sandblasting, powder coating and more. Expertly welded with the right materials and delivered statewide. Don't settle for a good tray, demand a Butte tray. Right, fellas? Yeah. Butte Trace, Allen Street, Bendigo, or buttetrays.com.au.
Fresh FM sponsor.
The kitchen sits central at the heart of your home and is much more than cupboards and bench tops. Let Central Kitchens design and build a custom kitchen, perfect for your needs, specifications and lifestyle. Locally owned and operated, all kitchens are manufactured right here in Bendigo. A high quality kitchen built by us. A quality lifestyle at home built by you. Visit centralkitchens.com.au and find your dream kitchen today.
It's driving through the heat and the pouring rain. It's the champ who can't be beat. It's our steadiest, greatest game. It's a game we all grew up with. Now you gotta have big goals. Get to the booty. Country football. Country footy. Get in the action. Get to the booty. Feel the excitement. Country footy.
Doing it for our community. Local first. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
First quarter sponsored by Lauki Flour Mills. Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
And it's a very good Sunday morning here, live from the QEO. We're having a big day today. We've got interleague football on Radio Live, 101.5 FM. Bendigo's Fresh, online streaming on our TuneIn radio app. And we are taking on, and when I say we, it's the Bendigo Football Netball League. I need to be a little bit careful when I say we. We're taking on the Victorian Amateur Football Association, which promises to be a great day of football. The sun is shining here at the QEO. And we will be bringing you both the under-19s and the senior clash a little later on today. Today's Fresh calling team, my name is John Hunter. I'll be joined by the VAFA caller, Cal Cummins. Also, Daniel Smith will be joining us for special comments, and at ground level, Cam Power and Braden May. And as I say that, Cal, welcome, and I hope you enjoy your time up here in Bendigo.
No, thank you, mate. It's a pleasure to be here. You've turned on the weather for us, which is absolutely fantastic, but the quality on field is what I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be an absolute belt, I think, both sides with a lot of talent in the years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daniel Smith, you're also joining us. We haven't seen you in the commentary box for a little while, Daniel, but you love your footy. And what have you been up to football-wise just in the last couple of years?
Last couple of years, John, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to help commentate and put on a show for listeners out there with the VAFA versus Bendigo. But yeah, thanks for the opportunity of calling with Bendigo's best caller, I think, John Hunter.
Oh, stop it, Daniel.
Anyway, the last couple of years involved with Newbridge Football Club in the Loddon Valley League. And before that, a little bit of assistant coaching with Harcourt. But this year, just a bit of time off, getting around and watching some local football. Unfortunately, I had to put on the boots yesterday for the reserves, but anyway, that's okay.
Silly old man.
I know.
And just give us a background with Bendigo footy. You had a lot of involvement with football at a local level?
Yeah, so home club coached Harcourt for quite a few years, but been involved with Eaglehawk Football Club, Kangaroo Flat, in the Bendigo Football League, and recently Newbridge. But yeah, love my local football, absolutely. Like Cal said, looking forward to today's game, especially this earlier game where, speaking to Cal offline, these young guys, the trajectory is massive, so they haven't hit their peak yet, but they're absolutely chomping on the bit, representing their league and their region. So yeah, the weather is terrific. We're going to be in store for a great game of football.
Tell us about yourself, Cal. Calling footy down to the VAFA. You obviously love football. Give us a bit of a spiel.
Yeah, I sure do. So I've only been calling footy for maybe 12 or so months now. Just finished my studies down in Melbourne and was able to get the internship with the VAFA sort of this time last year, and they wanted me to call a game or two every week, and since my studies have wrapped up, I've continued on here in a voluntary role and absolutely loving it. These are the games and these are the occasions why us as callers get to do what we love to do, and I think we're in the prime position for what will be an awesome contest.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have Braden May joining us at ground level. Also, Cam Power, who will be calling the big game this afternoon in the senior contest. So, Cal, tell us a little bit about the VAFA and the under-19 boys. Looks like some big lads out there. They're going through some warm-ups, but I reckon the Bendigo boys might have a little bit of a job at hand, won't they?
Well, that was the thing we were talking about off air before. Is the first thing I noticed when I got here is the ground is much bigger than what typical VAFA teams are used to playing on. The 50s are still quite a distance from the centre square at either end, and the width of the ground is quite noticeable as well. Typically with VAFA grounds, they're a bit more condensed than the 50s or the 45s, even in some instances, right in line with the centre square. So a little bit more run from the Bendigo footy boys. That might be the first point of call, and then the contested footy is going to be the second part, where the Bendigo footy netball league guys can sort of play that contested sort of brand of ball, or whether it be the taller, certainly in terms of height, the VAFA boys, where they can sort of find an avenue to go in that sort of sense.
Yeah, and I looked at the weather forecast, and there's a little bit of rain on the horizon, I think maybe later in the day.
That will spice things up.
Yeah, it probably will, but this ground, traditionally, it takes a lot of rain to make it sloppy at the very worst, Daniel. So
terrific ground in QEO. Yeah, absolutely one of the best grounds in country Victoria. So, yeah, if there is a little bit of drizzle, the drainage is fine here. You can see the conditions are perfect out there. The amount of football that's played on the QEO, you can still see that there's plenty of grass coverage, and things will be fine out there. So hopefully that the standard of football and the skills will be right up there.
We've got a pre-game coming where we hope to speak to both coaches down at ground level, Braden May and of course Cameron Power will be at ground level. Jason Stevens is the coach of Bendigo. He's actually done a bit of work in the commentary box, so we might get a little bit of an insight into what's going on there at ground level. But I like doing the under-19s, Daniel. A few years ago now, we did a game over in Ballarat. It was the under-19s, and I called a young guy by the name of Daniel Rioli with the footy. And I remember saying to Joel Peterson, I said, I reckon that bloke can play.
Turned out all right.
He turned out all right.
Good pick up, John. Yes, you should be a scout there.
Oh,
sure.
Well, you didn't have to be Einstein to work it out, to be honest. But looking down the list, and I'll get Cal to pick out a couple of the players. And also, you've had a little bit of a look at the Bendigo boys. Daniel, you go first, Daniel. Is there anyone that really grabs your eye from the perspective of Bendigo?
Oh, look, I haven't seen a lot of these guys play, but just what I've heard, and I think Gray from Gisborne, the captain's going to be someone really to watch.
Plays senior footy down there, yep.
Yes, McMahon's kicked plenty of goals in senior football for Golden Square. Ollie Eaton, I think, is a little live wire, soft spot for Ollie to help coach his younger brother Teddy, so he's definitely going to be someone to watch. Oscar Cale's kicked 26 goals this year for Sandhurst, I believe. Doherty for the Pioneers has been, terrific, playing 10 or 12 games for them. And so, look, there's quite a few players. But, look, I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing some of these VAFA guys that Cal might be able to hit on as well. Alex Alessio, father, son of Steve. Sam Linder's been involved with North Melbourne VFL. Cal, anyone else that you'd like to mention or put a highlight on?
Yeah, there's about 5 or 6 of the VFL listed guys out there for the Ammos today. Mitch Kirkwood-Scott's played a couple games at Casey. Ollie Green's also featured for Casey. Couple of Sandy Zeb's representatives in Jack Cheap and Ben Sears. Mitch Lloyd's played some Geelong VFL as well, and Charlie Richardson's the grandson of Kevin Bartlett. There's a lot of talent out there for the Ammos.
Wow. KB. If you had said that Mitchell Lloyd was a relative of the great Matthew Lloyd, I just would have went right off because I've got a Bombers hat on. But it was interesting to note that Alex Alessio, will he play in the ruck? Is he a big boy like he's old man?
Yes, sure is. So he'll probably take the majority of the ruck battles today. A couple of games with the Kohler Cannons this season as well. So he will spend majority of the game in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, but sounds like they're going to be up against it, the Bendigo boys, Daniel.
Yeah, so I think Hayes is going to do a lot of the ruck work for Bendigo. So whether he will have a nullifying role on Alessio, whether they bring that up. I mean, the ruckman, it has been for a long time, is nearly the number one spot on the football ground. So if you can dominate in that area, then your team's going to push the ball forward. So that will be a really interesting battle. So look, just absolutely looking forward to the contest. Jack McMahon up at full forward for Bendigo. I'm really hoping that, because I think the VAFA will have a strong goal-kicking team. With Green, I think he's quite handy up forward, cheap. Also, like Cal said, and a few of those guys coming through the midfield, maybe Sears. So McMahon anyway, yeah, McMahon could be the real key for Bendigo today.
Absolutely, and I'm just looking down the list here from a Bendigo perspective, Cal. They've got a lot of senior footballers that are playing at Bendigo senior level. Of course, they're young and they're bottom age, but I'm looking down at young Curtis McLennan and Archie Rickson. They come from Castlemaine, which is about 30 minutes south of here, which is my hometown. But also Daniel mentioned James Gray. He's playing down at Gisborne, and there's a couple of other names there that have been playing senior football. Pambai plays out at Eagle Hawk. You've got Ollie Eaton that's out at Golden Square. Oliver Morris plays a senior footy as well. So when we say they're up against it, there's certainly some players in the Bendigo side that have got some senior football experience. So against those harder, bigger bodies, I'm sure that will fare them well on a big ground in tough conditions. When I say tough conditions, big open spaces and running.
That is going to be one of the keys to the game, is just a lot of running. And when you've got that sort of senior level experience against the older bodies, the bigger bodies, it might be able to prove a difference against the guys who haven't had that opportunity yet. Maybe even playing some Resi's footy is the next step in that. But when you've got guys who are 19s eligible playing that senior level footy, it's a great indicator that they're a genuine star to come.
Big thrill, junior footballers. When I say junior, they're under 19. They're junior to us, Daniel, aren't they? Probably Cal here's not much older than 19, I wouldn't have thought. But they're just about to get their photos taken. We've got Cam Power down at ground level. He will grab the coach, Jason Stevens, very, very shortly at ground level. But a thrill to be playing representative football. You played with the Pioneers, Daniel. Did you get a thrill at that level? And then did you play any rep footy as well?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I think that's the great thing about when you're representing a region or someone like the Pioneers, that you're playing against some guys that you really respect, and they come up as an opponent, but then when you represent and you're in the same team, you get to form bonds and relationships and rapport and like I said, relationships that you can never take away. So that's one of the great things about representing your region. But look, these young guys will be, proud to represent Bendigo. They're having the photo now. You can see that they're gelling. They're really looking forward to the occasion. So, what an opportunity for these young guys.
Absolutely. They've just had their photo taken. So they're just about to go through their warm-up. I notice the VAFA guys aren't out yet, but ground level, Cam Power. Ground level, but we'll get back to them very shortly. Who have we got, Bray? You with us at ground level, Bray? It is. So we'll just come back to you shortly. Perhaps if you just come up towards the commentary box a little closer, we might be able to tap into what you're doing there at ground level. So the VAFA, they're still in the rooms. So Cal, just looking at the VAFA side, in the midfield, have you got some younger, faster players that might be able to open up the game from a big ground perspective?
There's one that I'll be particularly paying attention to, sort of plays that sort of half-back midfield role, interchange between the two. It's Antonio Giampa. He's played some senior level footy for DLRSL. He played with the Oakley Chargers this season. He's the typical run and dash sort of player that will really open things up.
Cam Power down at, we can hear you, Cam.
Cam, you got me there, Johnny?
Yeah, we've got you.
Yeah.
Turn around this way, Cam. On-air production going on up in the box. I'll just make do. We'll just get back to you shortly at ground level, guys, as we're just having a few technical difficulties. So let's get back to you, Cam. Cal, sorry, Cal.
No, you're right. I'd say there's another sort of couple of those defenders that can roll forward in the middle. Sam Linder's one of them. He knows the buck down in Old Brighton from Marions. He's going to be one of those sort of the bullish types that are going to try and really open the game up for the Ammos. Another one of those could be like a McGowan. He's going to try and open things up in the back half as well. There's probably the entire list going up and down the park and almost play a number of positions as well.
Cam Power, you've got the coach Jason Stevens at Bendigo.
Yeah, got Jason Stevens down here. Yeah, looking forward to the match. Sun's out at the moment, so having a bit of a look at the way the points and that. Yeah.
catch up with those two gentlemen a little bit later in the broadcast. So let's get back to this game this afternoon. And well, if you're the coach out there, you've coached a lot of football, premiership football, Harcourt, and what would you be saying to the young boys out there? Cam, what's your name? Daniel, yes, of course.
Thanks, John. Look, I think you just got to focus on that first 5 minutes and those first few contests to try and get momentum going your way. The footy's going to be hot, isn't it? The contest is going to be there. There's going to be a lot of speed out there early on. It's that transition from defence. You want to put a lot of pressure on the opposition early on, and then transitioning to the offence and really run and carry and use these open spaces as much as you can. So, I mean, Cal brought that up earlier. It's about that contested football early on, the inside game, and then both teams transitioning to the outside game with the run and carry, some handball, the runners off halfback, and Cal brought that up with Giampa, Linda from halfback, Kirkwood as well, and Opie, and then obviously we've got some really talented footballers with Gray coming through the middle, Coghill, I think, Kale also up forward, so for Bendigo. So yeah, I think early on it's just look, take the pressure, take the contest on. And look, the heat's going to be on early, but try and settle, enjoy the game. If you can get a couple of goals early, momentum is huge. So as the VAFA team come running out, so yeah, look, I think it's going to be hot footy early on, guys.
So they're just coming out onto the middle of the QEO. They're getting their photos taken as we speak. They're just going into the middle of the QEO. And, geez, boy, oh boy, there's some big lads out there, and as I said earlier, I reckon the Bendigo boys might have it up against them, Cal.
Well, it's going to be an interesting dynamic, because you mentioned the height is certainly the first thing you notice when the guys went out there. Whether they play the long kick along the line, try and use their size, but then at ground level it could be the little Bendigo boys who just come steaming through with a little bit more intensity. Then I suppose in the end, in the second half I should say, it becomes a bit of an endurance game, whether those sides can sort of match each other in that sort of sense. But there's a lot of guys out there that can almost, all of them could play in the ruck, it sort of seems, in that sort of sense. There are some big boys out there, Cal, absolutely, for the VAFA team. But you may be right. Look, the height difference is going to be quite substantial. They have got that advantage, you'd say. So they will like to do a bit more of a long kicking game, try and get some separation with their forwards, even if it's kicking to one-on-ones and the ball's brought to ground, and let the comers come through. And Bendigo might be happy with that too, as long as they're bringing the ball to ground. Let's try and do that. Let's bring the ball to ground, win the ground ball, and then move the ball forward with some run and carry. So use those open spaces, use the home ground advantage. It'll be interesting to see if the VAFA team have focused on the QEO dimensions. And you said that before, that the VAFA grounds are quite smaller, so whether the dimensions are a little bit different to what some of these guys are used to, but they may play into VAFA's hands as with these big arcs, these forward 50 arcs, if they can get some separation some of these forwards, they could be really dangerous.
Camp Power, you're at ground level?
Yeah, it's very windy conditions down here, so I spoke to Jason Stevens before, and he made a little emphasis on potentially how the wind may affect, so might be one quarter trying to plug up a hole a little bit, but the VAFA have got some real quality players and they're nice and tall, so one thing that Bendigo are going to have to do is they're going to have to really work hard on their ground balls today, because Jason's a bit fearful that in the air that's where the VAFA might get on top. But he really emphasised in the pre-game chat to the players, which I was lucky enough to have a listen to, is it's just about showcasing yourself today. It's a good opportunity for a few of these players to really test themselves at high level footy, so just putting their best and really giving it 100% effort is all he really asked for.
Braden, you're down at ground level as well for the VAFA. How do you see things?
Yes, as Cam just touched on, very, very windy, but there's some big boys out here. It's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to the midfield battle. Just looking at Alessio here, in Dad's old 27 as well, which is fantastic. It's going to be a free-flowing game, I think. Hopefully we don't get any numbers behind the footy, especially given the quality, but I think it's simple. If you put it on the scoreboard with goals early on, you're going to be in front for most of the day.
Did you get to hear what the coach said prior to coming out, Braden, or you're not allowed into the rooms yet?
No, we just had a quick chat to Paul before, and he said he's really excited about putting this together. He's just allowing the boys to go out and play their style. He's spoken to how they play a lot of senior footy between them in the Prem A and Prem B grades down in the VAFA, and he's really excited to see them come together and showcase what the league's all about.
Now, Cameron Power, you're at ground level 2. Who have you got there? Oh, I thought you were going to the manager of the...
No, I'm about to go and see if I can quickly grab Jace for a quick word again, Johnny, but it's very windy out here. I'm probably looking at a 3 to 4 goal breeze, and feels like it's heading towards the city end today, which is usually a bit opposite to what we get here at the QEO.
You're going to bat or bowl out there in the middle, Cam?
If I was me, I'd probably be looking to bowl first on a day like today with the wind. It'd probably hoop it around a little bit, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are at ground level. You've got the Bendigo coach of the under-19s.
Yes, Jason Stevens. Good afternoon to you, Jace. We're back working now, so it's nice and excited for the game today.
Yeah, ready to go, Cam. Looking forward to it.
One thing you really touched on in your pre-game is just Bendigo players really showcasing themselves on today, and it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to show what we've got as far as the playing group goes, but also stay within some swim flags we've talked about, so stay within some structure that we've got, but shine and see what you've got.
And you might be looking to adjust things based on this breeze at the moment. How do you see the breeze affecting today?
Yeah, well, it's going pretty hard to the city end at the moment, so it could impact the game big time. Fortunately, we're not playing 6-6-6, so we've got some control on the sidelines.
And is it going to be a case of potentially at ground where you guys feel you may get on top? Because looking at the way the VAFA warm up, there's some big boys in that side.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we picked a side that we think can use the QEO the right way and run and carry the footy. So we knew they were going to be bigger, so we're expecting that. So.
Well, they did comment before that their ground size here is probably a little bit bigger than some of these guys are used to. Is that something that you were aware of heading into today?
Definitely, and we know how to play the QEO and just some basic sort of bits and pieces that we've been able to set up. Let's see if they can run with us on the outside.
Thanks, Jace. All the best for today, and we'll catch up with you later in the broadcast.
Good access there, Cal, with the coach at ground level. Also mentioning the big ground. I'm sure that's been spoken about in the rooms.
Yeah, it would have 100% been one of probably the main talking point as the two sides come towards the wing for the national anthem. It'll be probably the most defining point of the game, whether the VAFA can use their size and their strength, or whether it be the Bendigo Footy League and they can use their speed, as it certainly looks like in terms of their raw height.
Now, Cameron, down at ground level, last week we had a look at James Gray playing for Gisborne, and a really good mover. We talked about that. We're just talking about the big ground there. Some of the other Bendigo players that you're aware of that might be able to open up the middle?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Seamus Doherty will bring for this side today. He's named at half forward, but with his size, I feel like he may have a bit of an impact on the game today. Obviously, Jack English from Sandhurst is someone that's going to potentially play a role as well. So there's quite a few good Sandhurst boys out here today. I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring.
And welcome to the quarterly for today's workplace extensions interleague matches between the Bendigo Football Netball League hosting the Victorian Amateur Football Association. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodian of the land in which we gather today, the Shire people. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people here today. We acknowledge their deep spiritual connection to this land and ongoing contribution to their life in this region and our great game. Today we welcome the VAFA to Bendigo and thank them for their commitment to representative football. Congratulations to them on 100 years of the Big V. Days like today would not be possible without our fantastic interleague sponsors. First and foremost, Workforce Extensions, who have been a long-time loyal supporters of all representative teams. We also thank the Bendigo Bank, Keyser Bendigo, Fair Dinkum Builds, Evolution Pools and Premier Data for their support. We thank you for supporting interleague football and hope you enjoy what promises to be a high-quality day of action. Best of luck to both the Bendigo Football Netball League and the VAFA sides. Please stand now, if able, for the Australian National Anthem.
Is there a break or something straight away at the quarters? You want me to throw those?
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil
25 local fresh footy. If you've just joined us, we're here for the big interleague clash between the VAFA, the Victorian Amateur Football Association, and Bendigo under-19s. We've got a big day of football. We'll be also taking the senior game later this afternoon. As we're getting close to ball up, bounce down time here, and it still gives you a bit of a tingle listening to the national anthem, doesn't it, Daniel?
It's just that last little bit there that always gets your spine tingling, and the hairs on the back of your neck go up, and the players roar, and they spread to their huddles now. Just the last few comments from the coaches just to steady the nerves. When the crowd is rolling in now, Cal, like just the last couple of minutes, people have flocked through the gates, which is great to see.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's probably a couple hundred here just in front of us on the broadcast side, so it's good to see the Ammos and the country footy coming together and putting on what should be an absolutely fantastic afternoon.
You'd probably be surprised. There's probably a little bit of a crowd in the grandstand behind us. You don't usually get a good feel of what's going on here at the QEO. So we've had the toss in the middle, and we'll just get to the guys. We've got Cam Power and Braden May down at ground level, who will come to us very, very shortly. But the toss has been won, so just waiting for things to get underway here. And look, it's probably a bit difficult to tip because we haven't seen each other's side, and we'll say that we're adversaries here in the box, Cal, but I'll have to go for Bendigo, since I'm a Bendigo boy. Who are you going to tip?
Oh, I'll do the same thing. I'll go the Ammos with a little bit more class.
Yeah, a little bit more class. What about you, Daniel?
I'm like you, John. We're barracking for the local team, Bendigo, to come home with the goods today. But yeah, just to see who has won the toss, and will be kicking with the wind, and whether the back line might, or the opposition team that are kicking against the wind, where they put it one extra back, or they try and slow the game down, kicking more sideways, just to really take that advantage off.
So at ground level, Cam Power and Braden May.
Yeah, down here, John, looking at the breeze, it's still heavily going towards the end, so it definitely will play an advantage, and I'm probably looking at about a 3 or 4 goal breeze at this stage.
And who's kicking to which end? We've just...
I think Bendigo are going to the Barnard Stadium.
We've just lost Cam. I thought we might have had him.
Yeah, so Bendigo lost the toss, so the VAFA are going towards the city, so certainly an advantage for them in this first quarter.
Interleague under-19 football, Bendigo versus VAFA 2025. John Hunter, Daniel Smith, Cameron Powell, Braden May, and this man to bring you all the action, Cal Cummins, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Exciting day on the footy calendar. And the ball is up in Flews Alive in Bendigo. Neither ruck got a good piece of it. Palm down on that occasion there from Hayes. Boys go flying in on top of each other in the early seconds. And the umpire will be called into action. Still inside the centre circle. Rucks go battle once again. Alessio won the ball down. That time only as far as Austin. He looks to gain ground. Nice tackle laid there by Giampa. Ball spills out towards the side of the contest. Still more of this contested balls that now find itself on the wing. Crashing through there was Nevis. He was laid into. And we get a stoppage at true centre wing.
So Alessio... Geez, he's a big man. He's doing all the ruck work, and probably won it on that occasion. He went up there with Hayes at Bendigo, but we've got a whistle on play, stoppage. So we haven't moved out of the centre square as yet. It'll be Big Alessio again against Hayes. No clear winner again. Ground level, it's sloppy. And when I say sloppy, it's really dry conditions. We might have a free kick, and it might go the way. Yeah, it's with Bendigo, and the man with the footy is...
Captain Gray.
Yep. Captain Gray. Yep. Gray has got the footy, the Gisborne player. Inside forward 50. They'll go through Nevins. Nevins, we're 30 out from goal. Bendigo in attack. We're just trying to make some play there. It was Hayes at ground level, but now they'll clear VAFA off half back.
Slick hands, but then a nice tackle late inside the 50. Umpire will cross his chest about 35 out from Bendigo's goal. Pressure is certainly up in these early seconds.
Looks to be just 1-on-1 around the ground at the moment, guys. So, yeah, that's interesting. So, just Bendigo happy to go 1-on-1 early on, even against the breeze.
Farrow, I think, was taken without it. Tommy Farrow, an old Scots representative. 9 goals in 6 under-19 games this season for the Cardinals. He has the ball. Uncontested halfback. He finds his skipper in Charlie Opie at centre halfback. He bides his time. Runs around to that right boot, then sends it out towards the wing. They'll come in from all angles. Palm over the top, then no mark taken. Bendigo look to roll forward, courtesy of the boot of Eaton. His kick was upended. Intercept mark coming the way of the Ammos. They kick in towards the corridor. Not a great pass, but it beats all comers. And now the Ammos are over the top. Mark taken here from Gambo. He can send it along to a couple of numbers. Richardson's going to fly through his hands. Through a couple of fingertips as well. Pambai was in there for Bendigo. Now mopping up out the back here was Evans. He'll look to send things forward for Bendigo.
It was Hardigan. He put it at ground level. But geez, it was a poor kick. Might have caused a turnover. Are they good enough through Chambers? Outer side wing now. Swimming pool side as the umpire has blown his whistle. Might have pulled out to... No, it will be a stoppage. It will be a ball up. No score on the board yet. We've gone a couple of minutes in this opening term. No clear winner in that ruck contest. In fact, Big Alessio, he might have shepherded Hayes out of the way. So Hayes sporting the ball to head this afternoon for Bendigo. He gives it off to a teammate who will bang it long down the line. It's a good mark. Outer side now. Bendigo with the opportunity to go shallow inside forward 50. Poor kick, turnover, and it's with the Ammos.
No, look to switch things up out on the far side of the ground. Sorry to cut you off there.
Still now with the Ammos. I'll go to the wing. Broadcast side, off hands on the wing, and we go over the boundary line. And no score on the board yet, Daniel, so tough going.
The ruck contest between Hayes and Alessio is already developing into a really big contest. So I think it's 50-50, but they're both ruckmen are going pretty hard at it. So yeah, good ruck battle there.
It'll be Hayes and Alessio who'll do all the battles today. Throw-in falls well short. Umpire signals play on. Linda was crashing through there for the Ammos. Bodies go flying on top of each other. Holding his width on the outside there was Austin.
I think Bendigo will be happy with a few stoppages that are happening at the moment. If that breeze is quite strong city end, they're holding the game up quite well.
Breeze is with the Ammos in this opening quarter. Comes out towards the middle of the ground. Holding his width nicely was Hardingham. He squares the kick to centre half forward, and it's a good one too. Kale marks right on the paint. He'll pull the kick towards the pocket. It's a good looking ball in the air. Fish came in late, but a good one there from Bader. And that ball is now out of bounds, right in the forward pocket for Bendigo on the far side of the ground.
That breeze really has died off in the last probably 5 minutes. Pre-game it was really swirly, but now it's probably not as strong. Probably dropped from 4 or 5 back, maybe 1 or 2 goal breeze.
10 metres around from Bendigo's goal, kicking to the Barnard Street end. No score on the board. No sides really look like kicking a goal at the moment. Alessio in the ruck against Doherty of Bendigo on this occasion. And it's still at ground level. No clear winner. I think we'll have a stoppage. Umpire blows his whistle and crosses his arm and said, let's do it all again, let's throw it up. So we're 25 from goal to the Barnard Street end. Bendigo in attack. Up they go in the ruck again. Doherty, some good ruck work. It's a hurried kick out defensively by the Ammos, but Pambai now swoops on it for Bendigo. A little give, handball forward. He's given it off to a teammate in Daniels, and Daniels slots it for the first one of the afternoon. So Bendigo go to 1 goal straight 6. The Ammos are yet to score. Don Smallgood, score sponsor, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Pambai, terrific attack on the football there. The VAFA just tried to clear it with a scrubby kick outside towards their defensive 50, but yeah, Pambai, terrific attack on the football, burst through 2 or 3 players, were able to give the hand off to Daniels, who steadied nicely there. So yeah, if that breeze isn't quite strong, we haven't really seen that, which will make it an even more even contest. So, and Benny just made 4 or 5 changes there off the bench.
Hayes and Alessio go to battle once more in the middle. Alessio wins out on this occasion, but to no avail. We're stuck in the centre circle. Jed Daniels, the goal there, named in the best in 3 of the last 4 games at club level. Alessio won the hit out once again. Still not going as far forward as Yamos would have liked. Trapped on his hands and knees there was Farah. And we'll do it all again. Still inside the centre square. 6 minutes played, first quarter. Bendigo, the only goal of the morning so far. Linda gets the clearance. He throws on the boot towards centre forward. Parked underneath it there on that occasion. For the Vicks was cheap through his hands. Chance here for the Ammos. Flying shot from Trump goes towards goal. And he misses to the right-hand side. 1 straight Bendigo, the VAFA, 1 behind.
Interesting, both teams are allowed to have 5 on the bench, John. So
yes.
Normally it's 4, but yeah, it's seen 5, which is true because it gives another person opportunity to play representative football.
English for Bendigo. He's coughed it up. He's kicked it out from fullback and kicked it straight to Hotto of the Ammos, and he's only 25 metres out, pretty much directly in front, and that hurts, Daniel.
Look, I think it was the right option to try and lower the eyes and try and find uncontested. Obviously, it was just a skill error there. Hotto only 15-20 metres out, so could put the first one on Cal.
5-point margin. Hotto now for the Ammos to Bendigo City end. He just needs to kick through the footy and does. He likes it. So the first on the board for the Ammos, they go to 1-1-7, and Bendigo a 1-goal straight 6. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Yeah, just interesting, a few passages of play there. Once the ball does get open from the contested issue or the stoppage, both teams looking to look for the outriders with a couple of handballs, and then it's run and carry and go Cal. So looks like both teams have that plan in mind, so we could see some real attacking football and a high scoring game.
What I'm noticing as well too is for the Bendigo guys, when they're going forward, they're low darts inside 50, trying to invite the smalls forward, where the Vics, they're going long and high, trying to set up for their tools. We get back underway in the middle. It'll be Bendigo to roll forward, courtesy of the boot here. Goes forward inside 50, and the mark has been taken at centre half forward. It's this man again, Daniels, who kicked Bendigo's first goal. He's probably another kick from home. He'll wait, then pull a kick towards the pocket. Good looking through the air. But it is the big V who cut it off, and they'll look to repel here, broadcast side.
So laterally, across the face of defensive goal, they'll work at the Ammos. They'll chain it out to the outer side. Attempted a mark there by Fanning, couldn't quite grab it, causes a turnover. It'll come back the other way. Bendigo will go inside forward 50, lurking at ground level. Number of players, another turnover through the VAFA, and they bring it up to the wing. Inside, it's an aggressive looking ball, bouncing to half forward, lurking in the areas, hotter again. Can he get his hands on the footy? Still right half forward now. Ammo's in attack, picked up nicely by Sears. Free kick for a hold, and he's 60 from home.
He then goes towards the top of the goal square. Richardson's going to fly in from the side, but well parked underneath the ball. It's a nice intercept mark there from Turnbull. Right when the team need him most, he'll send it out towards the far side of the ground, and he finds King, who's in no real rush at all. He lowers his eyes and then opts to go by hand. Nice ball movement here from Bendigo. Nevins drives the ball along the line. They're over the top here. Eaton can roll towards half forward. He's 70 from goal. Pulls the kick late. It's a 2-on-1 in favour of the Ammos. Not going to quite work out for them, but a great show strength there from Doherty. Can set things up for Bendigo. Nicely cans here from the Ammos. They're just handballing around the defensive 50. They'll now head out towards the wing position. Had to get boot to ball. Did. Kick along the wing. Had to compete at ground level. Picked up here by Gambaro. He'll pop one over the top. The Vics, they look to go forward now.
He goes. He's from 60. He runs and he's mowed down.
Terrific tackle.
Good tackle it was at ground level. And in fact, I don't know if a free kick's been called, Daniel, but you like to see that defensive type of play.
That was a great chase down. I just can't see who the player was. Just for Bendigo, Nevins has had quite a few telling touches over the last 5 minutes.
Underneath the scoreboard, Ammo's in attack. Hayes does the ruck work from the behind for Bendigo. Puts it to the front of the pack. Ground level. Ammo's through green. Little gift to a teammate who goes goalward, and I reckon it might be home. The player with the football was Kirkwood Scott, and he just drilled it. What a magnificent kick by that young man. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers, Live 25, local fresh footy. That takes the Ammos. They will hit the lead. They will be 2 goals, 1-13. To Bendigo, 1 goal straight 6.
Kirkwood, another player who's on the VFL list. Look, so he's lining up in the middle at the moment. But yeah, look, he only needed a couple of metres there, 2-step kick. With the breeze, a slight breeze, and they're straight through the middle. It looked home right from the word go. So they do look very dangerous when they're going inside 50 with their one-on-ones, VAFA.
Yeah, an old Haileybury representative, 6 games in his first season this year at Casey at VFL level for Mitch Kirkwood-Scott, showing his class right on display here this morning. Lovely spinning pirouette from Jumper, sets things up for the Ammos. Here's Kirkwood-Scott again, he's 60 from home. Long high kick to the top of the square. Up there, Gambaro couldn't quite take the mark. In amongst it there too was Redenbach. But the Ammos, they have a ball in right in their forward pocket.
Sense that the Ammos are just starting to get the field of the QEO at the moment. In the last couple of minutes, they've just started to find their feet and find space on the big ground here. Hayes doing the ruck work for Bendigo. He's got a big body. Front position, though, did well as Gambaro. Couldn't quite get it. We might have a high tackle to Bendigo at ground level. It is. It's through Morris. Yep. Morris, he kicks it dangerously. He spots up Austin in his defensive arc. He wheels and goes on the left, brings it down broadcast side, and good defensive work from behind. There was McGowan of the Ammos, puts it over the boundary line, true centre wing, and we'll have a ball in. It's 6 playing 13. The VAFA, they lead. We've gone midway through this opening term, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Ball to be tossed in right between the interchange gates. Broadcast side. Ball run down by Fanning, but only as far there as Gray. Sends Bendigo forward towards centre forward, crashing over the top. Lovely mark. Might have been McGowan again. In fact, it was Mitch Lloyd who takes the intercept mark at centre half back. Had to jump over about 3 or 4 players in doing so. Here's a composed ball that finds Edwards, who plays on out towards the far side of the ground. This is a nice build-up from the Ammos. They just seem to have +1, +2 at each contest. That kick wasn't fantastic. They're inside 50 at the moment of the Vicks. Popped over the top here by Wilkinson. Looks to send Bendigo forward. Turnbull goes by hand once again. Nothing quite doing for him. Sears was in amongst it too. He looked to find a handball towards Edwards. Out towards the back of the contest. The Vicks, the big V, they go forward. No mark could be taken. Fanning's here at ground level once again. Richardson was among there too. Bendigo now in possession.
Yeah, it's on defensive 50 and it's only momentarily. VAFA whistle, a hold on play. It'll go to the Ammos and it was for a hold and it'll be Giampa. Is that how you pronounce that? Giampa. So that's an interesting name. I'm sure that'll get a wheel if he goes close to goal. But the man on the mark stands at 50. Boy, oh boy, on this ground this will be a big kick. See what he does. He's got the long run up. Just takes his time. This will be a handy goal at the 11-12 minute mark of this opening term. Geez, it's a big ball. I reckon it's straight. Goes straight over the goal umpire's hat. And that was a magnificent kick by that young man. 3-1-19. The Ammos, they just kick away slightly to Bendigo. 1 goal, straight 6. Midway through this opening term. Score sponsor, Parsons Towing in Castlemaine. Live 25, local fresh footy.
And it was Cal's man that he brought up early in the game, mate. So, yeah, well done there. He has been lining up on the wing. On this grandstand wing he was before, but now he's on the pool side wing. But yeah, I think it's one of the guys that the VAFA want to get the ball into his hands as much as they can and use the foot skills. The foot skills by VAFA has been tremendous so far.
Playing his footy at De La Salle and the Oakley Chargers at under 18 level this season. Giampa, he's a one to watch in the future. Slick hands here from Farrah, can send the Ammos on once again. Lovely handball from Edwards. A firing shot towards goal, going to land lap of Fanning at the top of the square. Sam Fanning has marked only about 15 out from his own goal. Slight angle from the East Brighton Vampires, and Sandringham Dragons has played 2 games senior level this season. He will be a staple in that old Brighton team for years to come. The Ammos, should this kick go through, they will lead by 19 points with 10 to play in this first quarter. Fanning on the runway then. Nice, calm, steady approach. On the left boot, he fires and hits the upright. 3-2-20 the Ammos. Bendigo, they're scrambling a little bit at the minute, 1 straight 6.
So, a let off there, I reckon, for Bendigo. It'll be Chambers that kicks it in from fullback. They usually look to go swimming pool side, but this time he decides to go short, hits up James Wilkinson in his defensive arc for Bendigo. Now he goes on the left, he'll play on. He got upended after he kicked it. It was a little bit late, and nowadays you can't get away with that, Daniel, so it's a free kick downfield.
Bendigo will be happy with that. Just their pressure just needs to lift when the VAFA team get running and rolling. The pressure at the contest needs to be a lot better to try and stop their position kicking inside 50.
I'll get to Braden May ground level shortly just to see what the conditions are down there as the ball goes up to the wing. Good fly from behind. It was by Richardson of the VAFA. Ball spills now to the boundary line, and broadcast side over the boundary line she goes. Ball in.
Yeah, guys, very windy here. The VAFA are doing a really good job of holding their width at the moment, and that's how they're managing to break the game open since that blustering start by Bendigo.
Ball tossed back into play right at true centre wing, broadcast side. Scrappy little play here. Morris tried to get boot the ball. His kick was smothered, and basically where the ball in was just a couple of moments ago. The umpire crossed his chest with Sammy Linder underneath it all. Umpire called in duty once again. Right contest one down there by Doherty. Looks to send Bendigo forward. Looked to give the 1-2. Well done there by Eaton. Then slipped over when he got the second handball. Then had to give it away. Lovely step. Eaton's in here again. He sends it across the face towards centre half forward. Nice mark taken out there on the far side. It will be paid. Mitch Davidson takes the intercept mark. To play on towards the far side of the ground.
And they're away here on the end of a handball received. Did well was Green streaming forward. It's a low ball, shallow inside forward 50. Poor kick in the end, put his teammates under pressure. Still 60 from home, outer side boundary. Over they go, and 60 from VAFA's goal will have a ball in. It's a 14-point margin, 1 goal straight, 6 Bendigo. VAFA are 3-2-20. They're kicking to the city end. Umpire will ball it in. See what Big Alessio can do on this occasion. He's up against Hayes. Up they'll go in the ruck. Alessio got caught behind, but they'll go forward now. The Ammos, a shot at goal, sprays wide and just sneaks it in for a minus score. So the Ammos go to 21, Bendigo 6. We're 8 minutes opening term, live 25, local fresh footy.
They're doing everything right at the moment. The Ammos, Chambers brings the ball back into play. Kicks right out towards the paint. It's a good ball marked by Doherty. He feeds it off by hand, then by boot from a teammate along the wing, but it's intercepted once again. The ball is just living in the front half of the VAFA. Kick in ball that found Linda. 4 games at North Melbourne VFL this season for Sam Linda. Wheels around that right boot, sends it into the hot spot. They'll fly in once again. Early fly-in was good from Gambaro. He puts the ball to ground. Boys go flying in on top of each other. Hard to pick out a number in that. Stoppage 25 out from the big skull.
14-point margin. The Ammos lead. Deep in attack here. City end. Up they'll go in the ruck. Doing the ruck work. Gambaro again. Offering support. Ground level. Farrier gives it off. Lurking there is Nagel as well. Still 30 from home. Good pressure, but it's going to be a shot at goal flying by the Ammos, which is a minus score. It come off the boot of Sears. So that takes the score to 3-3-21 the Ammos. Bendigo 1 goal straight 6. We've gone 7 minutes opening term. Live 25, local fresh footy.
Chambers the one who will be bringing it back into play once again. He's been busy in the last couple of minutes in the defensive end. Bendigo, they kicked the first goal of the game. Since then, all scores have gone the way of the VAFA. Ball dropped out on the far side by Redenbach, right on his forward 50. Tackle laid in there by Farah, and we'll get a stoppage. 6 to play here in the first term. The VAFA kicking to the city end. It's been living at that end of the ground, but as you guys have mentioned, the breeze typically pushes the ball some distance out there to the right of your dials. Ball toss up once again. Alessio just took it out the ruck, then goes off by hands. Sends the VAFA forward to Richardson through his hands. No mark could be taken. Lurking dangerously was Nagel. He holds his width in the contest, but a free kick will be going the way of Bendigo. 35 out from their defensive goal.
They won't muck around. They'll spread it wide to the broadcast side. Spills, hand on the shoulder. I think Bendigo may get a free kick. It's a little bit soft here. Need to be careful not to give it away.
It's close to a 50-metre penalty, yes.
Oh, and it is.
So Jack McMahon.
I think that was just a bit of strategy there by Kirkwood. He's certainly trying to hold the game up to get VAFA numbers behind the football there. Has given away the 50-metre penalty, and McMahon, a goal shooter, probably a chance from here.
He'll give it off by hand. Running a shot guard was a teammate in Evans. It was a poor kick. It was good defensive work by the VAFA. They'll clear it. Richardson getting her hands on the footy as well. Another whistle though. Holding the pill, and we might get another shot at goal here. A good look at it for Bendigo, but good build up. It was a good lead up by Jack McMahon. He's gone from half back to half forward now for a shot at the Barnard Street end.
Yeah, so great work by McMahon here on the wing. Made a really big contest and then followed up with a tackle inside 50 here for a shot at goal, which is badly needed for Bendigo.
The wind might play a few tricks with young Jack McMahon. Let's just see what he does with it. Just kicks straight through the footy. He does. He pushes it left, and it's for a minor score. So Bendigo go to 1-1-7. They trail the Ammos 3-3-21. Live 25. Interleague fresh footy.
So a little reprieve there for the visiting Ammos. Kick from fullback's a nice one that found Farah. He's just going to hold the ball ever so slightly and then wait and had to get rid of it quickly because there was Bendigo players coming from all angles. McMahon was in there again. He was laid into. And the umpire will call for a ball up 50 out at left half forward for Bendigo.
Bendigo's tackling's been a lot better the last 3 or 4 minutes.
4 to play in this first quarter. Holding his ground level there was Sears. He has to go and lay the tackle. Linda held his width on the outside. Ball now in the hands of Morris. He upends. Lovely handball that found Daniels for 2 in the first quarter. Not to be, unfortunately. But Bendigo, there's a nice little 2-3 minute patch for them. Scoreboard reads 1-2-8, I should say. The VAFA 3-3-21.
Linda will kick it in from fullback and restart for the Ammos. Plays on from fullback. He'll spread it wide. He'll go to the swimming pool end. They'll set themselves. Nice strong mark, a juggling mark by Travers. Travers now will come aggressively inboard to Cheap.
Bump late.
Bump late. So advantage will be paid, I think. The VAFA will go forward now. Inside forward 50. Lurking at the back of the pack will be Richardson. Picks up the footy, goes around the body. It'll be a bouncing ball and it'll go through. Great finish by the Ammos. 4-3-27 to 1-2-8 now, Bendigo. We've only got a couple of minutes remaining in this opening term. Score sponsor, Don Smallgoods. Is Don, is good. Live 25, interleague and local fresh footy, all in one.
Even if you look at it's a mistake, but you just can't give downfield free kicks at this level. And, yeah, Richardson, he had 40-50 metres forward of the football, and once the ball was in his hands, being uncontested, you knew he was going to have a shot at goal. And look at just the wind just helped it there. Looks like it was going to go to the left-hand goalpost there, Cal, but just swung back nicely.
It did. It was a weird one to the eye because the snap, you thought it was going to continue to roll left, but the breeze has brought that one back perfectly. Alessio might have caught one in the eye here in the ruck contest. Umpire signals play on. He'll cross his chest and we'll get a stoppage. Charlie Richardson, the grandson we mentioned of Kevin Bartlett, kicking that goal there. 4-1 in this opening term. In amongst it there was Pambai. He did really well to flick it out. Sends Bendigo forward. A nice marker intercepting at centre half back there was Sam Linder. Got one a little bit late to the head. Umpire wasn't buying that one. Travers. Linder and Travers, Old Brighton teammates in the VAFA. They send out towards half forward, looking for Richardson, the third Old Brighton player out there. Crumbing at ground level was Kirkwood Scott. He lowers the eyes. That is a pinpoint pass.
Sensational kick there by Kirkwood.
The last goals that the VAFA have scored, Jai Chambers has been lining up on the wing and he's been rolling straight into defence to play that man, but he's kind of positioned himself in the middle, and the VAFA's playing a really good role of going around that loose man and really getting it to the advantage of their forwards.
This kid, crazy. Tyson Nagel, 12 goals in 12 games at senior level, despite being under 19s eligible. Has played 20 Prem games in the last 2 years. He'll kick from just outside the 50 to the city end broadcast side. He'll strike from just on the paint. It's a straight kick. It's going. Stays in the near side. Has the mark been taken? No. Through for a rush behind for the Ammos. They move to 4-4-28. Bendigo, they sit 1-2-8. The Ammos are doing a lot right in this opening term. A long ball in from Chambers towards half-back. Early fly over the top. Almost brought it down, did Kale. The big V still going to go forward. They're about 40 out from goal. Punch goes towards the chalk. And we'll get a ball in about 40 metres out from the big V goal.
Just for the last 40 seconds here, so Bendigo just got to hold their defence. Just make sure that all VAFA players are accounted for.
Ball's going to be tossed back into play. Taking front position there, nicely done there from Gumbaro, but Bendigo win the clearance. A long high ball to Kirkwood Scott, who holds his width. In fact, sitting here with Bater, who marks right in front of the Bendigo interchange gates. He'll be catching some lip under his ear, you can tell. 15 seconds for the Vicks to get time. Flies up Richardson! That is a beauty.
That'll really hurt Bendigo in the last 10 seconds, but yeah, there was 6 or 7 players flew there, and Richardson just found himself in the perfect position and yeah, took an absolute mark.
Charlie Richardson, that was a beauty. He had to climb over the top of about 10 of them. He kicked a goal just a couple of minutes ago. This one would extend the lead out to 26 points. He'll kick from 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. Richardson starts it out left, it's working back, and he's kicked his second. He looks like he could have a feast today, Charlie Richardson. The margin out to 26 points. Score sponsor Jason Westcott, Builder, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Well, it's quarter time here at the QEO, and the Ammos, well, they kicked away in this opening term. 5-4-34, they lead Bendigo 1-2-8 in this under-19 interleague game here at famous QEO in central Victoria. More to come on Live 25, interleague fresh footy.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Kaiser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, They design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Kaiser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Kaiser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with precision.
It's the Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for round 11. Kicking us off at number 1, Joel Buderick here from Eagle Hawk. This is a brilliant goal, this. Get off me on that one. Another one he gets through and then just guides it all the way home. Look at that on the replay. That is Class E. Number 2, the brilliant effort this. Working his way through traffic. The right-footed snap, sending it straight home. Number 3, Harrison Burke here from Golden Square. Had to think quick. He got it in the pack and got it on the boot and put it through. A brilliant goal. Number 4, double feature here. Harrison Burke again from Golden Square. Another example of thinking quick. He's just lightning in front of goal. How good was that? Number 5, Kaylin Huntley from Castlemaine. We love it when the midfielders break away like this. Then he goes bang! That was from about 65 out. Bounces in the square and all the way home. A brilliant goal, Kaylin.
Find fresh sponsor at Bendigo Firewood and Soil.com.au.
Second quarter sponsored by Wellcare Flour Mills.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is done, is good.
And it's a very good Sunday morning to you if you've just joined here. It's quarter time in the Interleague under 19. It's Bendigo taking on the Victoria Amateur Football Association. And the score is the VAFA. Well, they've kicked away their 5-5-35 to Bendigo 1-2-8. John Hunter calling the game here with Cal Cummins, Daniel Smith, Cameron Power and Braden May. Bringing you all the action. We're live 25 local fresh footy. And who'd you see the better players for the Ammos there, Cal?
There was a few out there for the Ammos who really made an impact, particularly like Charlie Richardson with that goal after the quarter time siren. He kicked the final 2 goals of that opening quarter. I really liked Sam Linder's game off half-back as well, just setting things up, and Tyson Nagel was really lively as sort of that half-forward threat.
Absolutely, and we'll just look at the goal kickers too, Daniel, because there's been some important, great goals too, by the way.
Yeah, so Richardson with the last couple of the quarter there for VAFA. Also for VAFA, Hodder's got one, Jamper's got one, and Kirkwood. For Bendigo, just the one goal scorer with Daniels. But he has had a couple of shots on goal and does look lively up there. So if Bendigo can use that breeze at the city end there, he may get a few more shots at goal, but maybe be someone like Ollie Eaton.
Live 25 interleague, fresh footy. I've liked the game of Nevins up. He's been pretty good at ground level. Ollie Eaton's done some good things also. Jed Daniels, he started off to a little bit of a fly with a good goal, but they're certainly up against it by a really slick outfit with the Ammos. The two sides are just about to disperse. We've got Cameron Power at ground level. I think he might have the coach down there.
Jace, you'd be pretty happy with the effort in that first quarter. I know you touched on the breeze being quite advantageous, but the skills probably with the handballs or something you touched on a bit there?
Yeah, probably disappointed with the outside ring in the contest, Cam. So we've probably been smoked a little bit on that outside. So if we can get that right, we think we're in with the chance. But tell them with the outfit, VAFA, you give them opportunities on the outside, they're going to torch you. So we've got to tighten that up.
And you touched on the fact that you felt you were down on the tackle as well.
Yeah, we were. So we wanted to actually bring a bit of heat around the contest, and I think we probably haven't focused too much on the defensive side, more on the offensive side. So we're 10 to 12 in the tackle count from our numbers, so a little bit low compared to where we were.
And Oscar Cale had a terrific start to that quarter. You really highlighted his quarter.
Yeah, it did. Just work rate off the footy as well. So a lot of that stuff goes unrewarded or unrecognised as far as players go. But we thought he was really good away from the footy.
Thanks for your time, Jace.
Braden May, ground level.
Hey guys, yes, Coach Paul Carrigan very happy with the run and carry from the boys of the VAFA. Very happy with Charlie Richardson, very happy with him key the 2 goals, but they're going to look to maybe roll a man back here if Bendigo managed to get a goal earlier. But don't be surprised if they link up through hands. He's excited to leave a bit of space. I think we're going to see Richardson just out of the square here, so if he gets one-on-one, watch out.
5:25, local fresh footy, just about to get the second term underway. It's Bendigo, they trail 1-2-8-2. The Ammos 5-5-35 for the second term. Brought to you by Cal Cummins.
Thank you, Johnny. It's awesome to be down here in the VAFA. They've got off to a hot start here in Bendigo. Ball's been one down by Alessio. Straight down the throat there of Edwards. He was lurking dangerously. Comes over the top. Also picked up there by Tromph. Still inside the centre square here. Bendigo now get their hands on the footy. Lovely evasive tackle there from Austin. Looks to send the host forward towards the top of the goal square. Had the play from behind. Was never going to compete so well there was McMahon. And the VAFA, they look to hold things up. 25 out from their own goal. They'll come broadcast side. A nice ball that found Lockie McGowan. He'll play on immediately. From kicks from right on the 50 along the wing. Alessio flew. Waiting at ground level was Kirkwood Scott. He'll receive the handball. Kirkwood Scott puts on the boot now. It's a nice ball cutting inside. Right at true centre wing. Giampa bites off the pass. A good ball to Farah. Riding shotgun here is Nagel. He can run to 45. Pulls the trigger. Tyson Nagel to the top of the square. Brilliant build up from the Ammos. Mark taking about 5 out from the top of the goal square.
Again, this starts with the intercept marking power from the VAFA here. They did it in the first quarter, probably took 6 or 7 great intercept marks. It was Batter again that started the chain, and just a lot of beautiful inside check side sort of little pass by Kirk, who just opened up the game at the ground. Nagel then found Cheap Hughes having a shot on goal.
Jack Cheap then on the runway fires, puts it out to the right, but has squeezed it home by a coat of paint. Made the goal umpire work, but that is now 6 goals in a row for the Ammos. They lead at 6-5-41 to 1-2. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals, Live 25 Interleague Fresh Footy.
Yeah, again, like Jay Stevens, the Bendigo coach, said, just that second ring outside the contest, the initial contest there, if Bendigo aren't putting enough pressure on and letting that handball squeeze out, the VAFA are just running away in waves. So really got to try and keep that pressure up, get that tackle count up, try and turn the ball over, then they get a chance to move the ball forward.
Back in the middle, it'll be Alessio against Hayes. Probably Alessio won it, but it'll Bendigo clear it quickly out of the middle through Nevins. He banged it on the boot, put it shallow inside forward 50. Defensively, McGowan did well, but just coughed it up. Turnover. It was with Austin of Bendigo, but he got pinged with the footy, tried to do too much. Free kick to Lloyd. He's in his defensive arc of 50. Lloyd will come laterally, short, barely the required distance to Kirkwood. Kirkwood 15 metres in from the boundary line. Deep in the pocket, short pass, it was aggressive. Opie, the skipper of the Ammos, on his defensive arc of 50 now, right on the paintwork. He'll send it down, well, it's a high long ball, almost up the chimney, broadcast side. They'll set themselves. Alessio at the rear of the pack, couldn't get hands on footy. Tracking it was Hardingham in fact it was King of Bendigo, couldn't get it. Over the line it goes, ball in, and we're across half forward, broadcast side, 8 playing 41, the Ammos lead, and we've gone a couple of minutes in this second term.
Ball tossed back into play then. Hayes from front position won the ball down. Beautifully done to Hardingham. He can look to go forward. His handball was upended. Hayes in amongst again. Lovely handball from Pam by towards centre forward. Turns the angle. Nicely done by Morris. Broke one tackle. Broke the second. Then went to ground. Flying shot from Austin. Goes goalward. Never really gave that one a chance. That one's out of bounds on the full.
Bit of pace there for Morris, wasn't it? He looked like he was going to get closed down, but then he just evaded the tackle and then the second tackle and was able to give the hands up for the shot on goal. That was impressive.
So, the Ammos now, geez, they're hard up against the point post. Opie, the skipper, received a mark. Then he kicked it beyond 50. It was a poor kick though. Intercept. Bendigo will come inside forward 50. Spot up there has been hit Daniels, and he's close enough. And it'll only be accuracy with this win, Daniel.
Well, that's what Bendigo have to do. They have to lower the eyes and cut the angles and try and find uncontested marks. They can't just bomb away like they have and let VAFA's tall back line and dominance in the intercept mark area really get on top of control here. So Daniel's got a chance to kick his second goal and get the Bendigo team back in the game here.
Yeah, certainly needs it. He'll cross the paint mark of 50, kicking to the city end. The wind's playing a little bit of a factor, but not on this occasion. He's put it right through. So Bendigo, they strike back a little. They go to 2-2-14, trailing 6-5-41 score. Sponsor Parsons Towing, Live 25, Interleague Fresh Footy.
Yeah, so they really did need that goal there, Bendigo. That may give them a bit of momentum going in. They know that they've got the breeze here and it's not going to do everything for them. But, yeah, like I said, they've really just got to keep lowering the eyes, try and find those little chip kicks, kick the ball to advantage of players like Doherty and McMahon here at full forward. Still impressed with VAFA's just their precision kicking around the ground. They're using the big QEO ground and the kick's been fantastic.
Play recommences once again. Hayes and Alessio Nil draw in the ruck. It will be the hosts who get the clearance as they march themselves out towards the edge of the centre square. Goes for a run again. Once again, Austin lowers the eyes. Almost found the target in Rickson. He dropped the mark but then picked it up at ground level. His handball was a bit hot. And at right half forward for Bendigo will get a ball in. I'll tell you, right in front of a very healthy crowd has built up as the morning has turned into the afternoon. I'm sure, as you mentioned, gents, to the left of us in the grandstand, it's probably even healthier as well. Fanning now in the ruck for the Ammos, won the hit out, but only as far there as Chambers, who rolls forward, 55 from goal, it's straight, won't have the journey, it's drifting across the face, nice mark, almost taken at last line defence, handball inside from Rickson, dangerous spot here, Bendigo looking lively, trying to charge through there, the hosts, a couple of numbers go in, high contact perhaps, in fact it's legs, going the way of the Vicks.
Bit unlucky there. I just felt McMahon just slipped over and therefore the player from VAFA fell over the top. So, look, free kick.
Linda brings it broadcast. Oh, holds up in the breeze and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. So Bendigo are going to get a look here. They're not quite close enough. Austin plays on quickly. I don't know what his target was. Might have been that red bin, the rubbish bin that's in the crowd, because he kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Just blazed away there. Yeah, he just had to lower the eyes a little bit and just wait for the forwards to get in position.
Didn't look. Lloyd, short pass. Kirkwood receives defensively in his arc of 50. Aggressive kick, he needs to be careful. His target was Opie, he was at the back of the pack, he was good enough. Slipped a handball over the top to Edwards. They'll get on the end of a handball here at Chain, Redenbach, but it was a little bit sloppy by the Ammos on that occasion, and across half forward we'll have a ball in. Bendigo in attack, kicking to the city end. They trail 14-41. And we've gone about 7 minutes in this second term. Live 25 Interleague Fresh Footy.
And those 27 points to the good. Ball tossed in at true centre wing. Fanning had front position only as far as Nevins. He was laid into the second he got hands on the footy. Aggressive tackle too there from Green. Ball inches slowly towards Bendigo's goal, but it's right in front of us in the broadcast position at right half forward for Bendigo. 17 to play here in the second term. One down by Fanning. Ball's hugging the boundary line. Richardson finds Travers, who has enough time to turn onto the right boot and send it along the line. Going to fly in, a good flight that as well. Cheap. He was the only one who was ever going to take that mark. He plays on quickly. It's a 2-on-1 along the line. Had to do really well. Kirkwood Scott punched it over the top. He's got a teammate there in Nagel who will turn the angle. Sends it long. Here's kick smothered. Has to go again. Great pick up there by Nevins. And maybe Bendigo can cut through the middle of the ground.
They will do that indeed, as they just fumbled at the last moment. It will be a stoppage. They had the chance then, Daniel.
A couple of great efforts from Nevins there. He's having a terrific game, getting a lot of disposal, but his defensive efforts there, just a couple, just to help turn the ball over there for Bendigo.
Hayes wins the tap, taps it just into the park of Kirkwood of the Ammos, who managed to toe poke it forward. On left half forward, it'll be a free kick. It'll go the way of Redenbach. Now he's probably too far from home to score. Running shotgun was Travers. He slipped over at the wrong time. Then he manages to feed it back to Redenbach again. They're a little bit sloppy here. They'll turn it over. Bendigo now off half back. Hurried kick. It'll come in the direction of McMahon. Couldn't grab it. Feeds it out. Gives it to a teammate in Rickson. Rickson got support there by Kogel. He couldn't quite win it. And good defensive work. Both sides are going in hard. It might be a bit sloppy, but at least they're having a crack, and we'll have a ball up. Stoppage. Just getting to know themselves, Daniel.
Well, hopefully the umpire just grabs the ball here and throws it up, and then the players can get back into playing football.
Intensity's going up in this contest. The Rucks, they were holding each other. Bit of rock lotto going the way of Bendigo.
Hayes is having a terrific quarter here. Looks like Lesser's having a bit of a spell, and Fanning's gone in there, but yeah, Hayes is dominating the ruck.
He feeds it on to Nevins, who'll feed it long towards the top of the goal square. Numbers will fly in, had front position, and the mark will be paid. Nicely done there by Mitch Lloyd. He's played 4 games with Geelong VFL this season. He'll wheel around in that right boot out towards the pool side of the ground, flying in from the front. That was a really, really nice mark for the Ammos. Had a couple to beat out on the far side. Shepherd, just lower the eyes, does really well. Shape once again, a long way from home. At true centre wing, a nice ball that found Richardson. They're just playing slow but methodically out of the Vicks. Along the line, punch came in from the side. Well done there by Yeatson. And we get a stoppage. Far side of the ground, it's the Ammos there, 27 points to the good, 10 minutes through this second term.
It's obviously a strategy as they're working the ball against the breeze, just to slow the game down a little bit, use their position kicking, just slowly edging the ball forward.
Hayes, Fanning for the Ammos, front position. Hayes probably won the tap to ground level. And again, we'll have a stoppage ground ball. Hayes, he looks like he's been playing for about 10 years, doesn't he? He's got that bald head and he's a big lad. He might have given away a free kick here. In fact, he might get one. Let's see.
Don't know what the free kick's for.
Might be ground level even.
Maybe a holding off the contest.
Yeah, the non-officiating umpire called that one for a hold off the call.
Well, they're away. Bendigo getting on the end of a handball. Eaton feeds it off, and now they'll go long and strong inside forward 50. Bendigo, and the whistle goes to the Ammos. Short passes aggressive inboard to Fanning.
He'll look to switch things up from one ton up from the old Brighton Grammarians to another. Richardson dobs one over the top, just the required distance to McGowan, representing old Camberwell here for the Big V. He will play on, there's no real contest, so we'll just march around the defensive zone. He finds Opie, and they'll look to switch things from the broadcast side out towards the far side of the ground.
Richardson covers so much ground for VAFA. He's coming off for a spell, well-deserved rest, but he does cover some ground out there.
He looks absolutely gassed as well as he comes off to the interchange gates. Onto the boot of Linda. He drives along towards the far side of the ground. Sears flew early, had to bring it down, and he did. And once again there was Edwards, did really well, pops over the top, but took too long. Umpire signals play on advantage paid. Here go Bendigo.
They do. It's a long kick and it'll go inside forward 50. Good defensive. A little bit of an arm, a punch in there by Bater and put it over the line for the Ammos.
Bader and Lloyd are just toweling up across half-back here for VAFA. That's been a real strength of theirs over the first quarter and a half.
Out of side, underneath the scoreboard, 51 from home. Up they'll go in the ruck. The ball was allowed to bounce and a whistle. I think they're asking the umpire to ball it back in. Did have an effect there when he threw it into the air. So that just goes to show you the challenges out there. Doherty will do the ruck work for Bendigo again. Well, why doesn't he might start at left or to his right? Compensate, exactly, just like having a shot at goal.
Come in a couple more metres.
I'm going to have one go, more go at this, Cal, and if I don't get out of there, you're going. There's Alessio doing the ruck work for the Ammos. It's inside forward 50 for Bendigo. He got caught behind, but geez, they've got the numbers here, the Ammos. It's a quick kick out of the pack by Kirkwood. He spreads it wide. He'll find a teammate across half back, 5 metres in from the boundary line. An aggressive kick to the corridor. Good hit up and spots up Giampa.
Jumper then goes out towards the wing position. It's a good ball. Zach Travers bites off the pass along the line. Kirkwood Scott didn't opt for the mark in the end and opted to go by fist. Into the hands now here of McMahon. He tackled, holding the footy.
Terrific tackle there by Kirkwood.
Kirkwood Scott then goes quickly towards the forward line. It's a good pass as well, just through the fingertips. The Ammo's looking dangerous. Shot goes at goal and it's going to be across the face. A missed opportunity there for Will Trumpf.
Again, it's just that high risk, high reward kicking by the VAFA team. They just absolutely pinch off as much as they can. And they've done it again.
No, Wilkinson. He's coughed it up. He's kicked it out from fullback for Bendigo and it's been intercepted on the outer side. It was by Redenbach. He did well. A short pass. He went to the boundary line and it goes over 15 metres from home and we'll have a ball in. So probably got out of jail a little bit with that one, Daniel.
Yeah, they could have had another shot on goal there, VAFA. But look, Bendigo will be happy if their pressure is up and the kicks aren't there that the VAFA are looking for. Then it's like basketball, they get a chance to score themselves, so they're hoping to do this in the rest of the second quarter.
Fanning used his body well, he pushed Hayes out of the way, he grabbed it, he went round the body on the left. What a good bit of body work that was against a big body too, by the way. So, score sponsor is Bendigo City Framers, Live 25, Interleague Fresh Footy, and that'll take the score to, well, the Ammo's there, 7-6-48 now, and they lead Bendigo pretty comfortably 2-2-14.
Yeah, Hayes, look, just might have been caught off guard there a little bit. He's done the majority of the ruck with Doherty chopping him out a little bit there, but he has done the majority of the ruck this quarter. And just Fanning just knew where the ball was going to land and used his body brilliantly. Cal the last couple of seconds was able to just have a half a metre, half a step, which was enough for him to put it straight through the middle.
Well, it was 5-1 in favour of the Ammos in the first quarter, 2-1 to the visitors in this second. So they've been able to hold them up at Bendigo for a brief moment as a dumping tackle will go against Travers. And be this man, the skipper, Gray, feeds off by hand, but there was probably a poor decision in the end. Travers smothers, feeds onto the hands here of the running Sears. He can send it on once further. Handball to Trumpf, who lowers the eyes, couldn't quite find a target. Nagel was lurking dangerously, steps inside, and pulls the kick late towards the pocket. Nicely kicked here by the Ammos. Fanny again on that left boot. It's all me a copy and paste. Lands at the top of the goal square. Bendigo will come out towards the defensive zone. A nice ball in the end. Mark taking Daniels.
Daniels plays on quickly. He goes short. He'll find Behrens. Now he'll go inboard. This is an aggressive kick as well. Oh, it's ineffective. It'll cause a turnover. Linda by hands gives it to Giampa. Giampa couldn't quite get away either, and a pack forms as the ball spills towards the true centre wing broadcast side. Ball up.
Bit of basketball skills from
that frontal pressure this half. Too many missed handballs going forward.
Yeah, we've got Braden May ground level for the Ammos. She's come in when you've got something for us there, Braden. Good game here from the Ammos. They're working nicely as Bendigo through Gray try to win the football just forward of centre. Bendigo in attack, kicking into the city end. They can't get out. We'll have another stoppage. Ball up. 14 Bendigo. Trailing the Ammos 48. We've got 8-9 minutes remaining in this second term. Live 25 interleague fresh footy.
I was just going to say that last passage of play for Bendigo, if they were able to connect that ball into the middle, they had 3 loose players streaming inside forward 50, so it's just those skills on those handballs that are really letting them down at the moment.
Newell draw in the ruck. Hayes and Alessio do it really well, but lovely slick hands out there from Trump can send the big V forward. Nice take up the laces from this man once again, Tyson Nagel, but he slipped when he didn't need to, and he's been pinned holding the footy as a result.
Definitely slipped when the Bendigo players needed him to, because he was away then again. He is so agile.
Wilkinson's got the footy. He'll now spread it wide. He'll go to the swimming pool side on the left. They'll set themselves. Spills to the back of the pack, tracking the footy. Gambardo towards the line. They'll have possession and then lose it. Bendigo now, if they've got a chance to go forward, they'll cough it up. It's a little bit sloppy. Now the Ammos emerge. It'll be a long kick to half forward. Target, of course, it would be Fanning. Was it at ground level? 49 from goals. The Ammos tracking it also. Giampa, he's getting busy in this second term as we'll have a stoppage. Ball up. 48 from home. Barnard Street End. 48 playing 14. Ammos lead. 7 minutes to remain in this quarter.
It's about 45 out from the Ammos goal. Umpire gets things back underway. Gambaro did the ruck work, trying to throw a boot out with his opposite 23 Panby. No one really the intended target. Numbers here favour the Ammos, but it's going to not work out because Bendigo, they come in numbers and support. It's a 2-on-3 to the host. Got to take it, took it with 1 minute in the end, then slipped over again. Maybe it's a little bit dewy out there. That was nicely done there by Chambers. He popped it over the top, but a nice tackle from Kirkwood Scott right in front of us here in the broadcast position.
Smart play there by the Bendigo player, which is Evans. Just had to hold on the football and force a stoppage forward of the centre here for Bendigo.
Bendigo 70 from home. Up they'll go in the ruck. Alessio, he's been rucking for most of the morning/afternoon. Ball ended up with Farah. Farah over the top, turnover. Pumbai emerges for Bendigo. Inside forward 50, hits a target. The man with the footy was Gray. The Gisborne boy will have a shot at goal, and they need it. 45 degree angle, and the wind will play a factor again, Daniel, I think.
He's been busy the last few minutes, Gray. Needs to be, being Bendigo's captain when they needed a lift. Just getting his hands on the ball in the middle, and he's got a shot on goal here, so needs to put it through the skipper.
James Gray. He'll start it. Well, in fact, he kicked through it, and that was the correct choice because he slotted it. That'll take Bendigo to 8-6-54. Bendigo to 3-2-20. We wish it was 8-6-54 to 7-6-48. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals, Live 25, Interleague Fresh Footy.
Yeah, like I said, it's got a take your hat off to Evans here. He just knew he was going to get tackled, had to take the tackle and hold the ball in. The umpire made the right decision for a ball up, but it just gave Bendigo a chance to get numbers of the contest. They surged the ball forward. A beautiful kick by Pombe, and great, took the mark there. He's gone forward now for a rest, and Richardson's picking him up, so that will be an interesting contest down there too.
9 goals from 11 senior games this season for James Gray, showing his class on display here. Travers, little clever tap over the top, sand clearance going the way of the big V. Farah sends them on their way forward. A little clever palm down there, lurking dangerous there was Ollie Green. It's a bit of a scrap there, about 35 out from the Vicks goal. I say the Vicks, even though we're playing Bendigo, so that's...
Well, they've got a V on there.
They've got the big V on.
The big V.
In their centenary year of big V footy at the VAFA. 40 out from the VAFA's goal. Palm goes over the top. Travers just holds his width at centre forward, pulls the kick late. That is all class as he finds Jack Cheap on the leading lane. He'll kick from about 40 out, slide angle.
Just they're kicking again. It's just such a big difference between the two sides at the moment. They've hardly missed a kick today, the VAFA so far, and that's why they're 4.5 goals up.
8 goals in 7 senior games this season. Jack Cheap, 2 games as well with the Sandringham Zebras in the VFL. He's on the runway, strikes. Looks pretty good off the boot. It fades to the right-hand side late. Quite breezy out there at ground level to the Barnard Street end. Minor score, the VAFA there, 7-7. 29 points to the good of Bendigo Footy Netball League there, 3-2-20.
Turnbull plays on from fullback for Bendigo. Runs his required distance. His target was Morris. Morris had to jump high and jump early from behind, couldn't quite mark it. Then the ball spills, support being offered by Nevins, but it'll be the VAFA. They'll go inside forward 50. Then hit up was, I reckon it's Tromp with it, gone straight through the middle, and a turnover's caused a goal. So that'll take 8-7-55 now. The Ammos, they lead 3-2-20. We've got about 7 minutes remaining in this second term. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder, Live 25, Interleague Fresh Footy.
It was a dangerous kick going inside there to the hot spot of 20 metres out. It looks like Nagel had his name written all over it, but the wind maybe just played tricks on a few of the players there. It landed in Tromp's hand, and it was touch play on, but he was able to finish nicely there under pressure there. So a show of class there from Tromp.
Gombaro will now do the ruck work against Daldy as the 2 main rucks give themselves a spell. And we're going forward ever so slightly for the big V. Farrell was lurking dangerously. He veered it out to his outside. Edwards was riding shotgun right on the edge at centre square at centre forward for the Vicks. Travers pulls the trigger towards the pocket, lurking dangerously almost once again. Nagel, he's looking like a real threat. Sort of the smaller half forward option. Still at half forward here for the big V. Comes out the side, Cheap, sends it towards the pocket. A nice intercept mark. I think it might have been Harding on the last line of defence. Takes the mark in his back pocket, looks to send Bendigo back on their way.
Now he's just weighing up his options. He's going to look to bring it right down the middle. He's got a player on. It's a long kick. He let it bounce. That was Morris. That was probably the wrong choice. They're lucky to get away with it here now, Bendigo. They'll stream through the middle. Oh, it's come off the side of the boot. It might end up okay in the direction of McMahon. Now at ground level. Picking up the free was McGowan. They've called for a free kick, and he was tackled as he grabbed it. And I reckon they're going to get a free kick here, Bendigo.
Yeah, hold the ball.
Holding the ball with Gray again. And he's got another opportunity.
It was an interesting passage of play, wasn't it? Because VAFA were getting the numbers back. The kick was supposed to be going straight down the middle. It slid off the slide of the boot and was able to give Bendigo a bit of a...
It was still a 2-on-1 though.
It was still a 2-on-1.
It was. Now Gray, directly in front. Crosses the paint of 50. It won't be a goal. It won't make the distance. It's a long way off, in fact, out of bounds on the full. No score. So it remains at 8-7-55, the Ammos. Bendigo 3-2-20. 2 minutes remaining. Live 25 into League Fresh Footy.
Ball brought back into play. We're ticking to the final couple of minutes here in the second. Richardson marks in his back pocket. Nothing appealing long, so he opts to go short. And a good ball that found Edwards. He's been named in the best in 3 of the last 4 games at under 19s level for St Kevin's. That ball goes along the wing. Holding his ground level there was Lloyd. Feds it off by hand. They've got 2 around the ball. Dribbling ball there from Trump goes all right. The Vicks are going to set up along the line and a 50-metre penalty. I think this might be Tyson Nagel once again, who took the mark about 80 from home. In fact, it's going to be quite a short, maybe a 25-metre penalty at that, because he's right on the paint.
Not sure if it was one of the midfielders who was coming into the space there, Cal, so not so much the men on the mark moving, but maybe one of the midfielders running back towards defensive side there for Bendigo, but obviously ran into Nagel's space, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be squandering this penalty now, 50 seconds to go, giving the ball with Nagel's hands. Dangerous.
So he will be brought in. He'll shoot from about 25, maybe 30 metres out, directly in front, Tyson Nagel. For his first of the afternoon, splits the middle. The Ammos just continue to surge. They're 9-7-61. They're 41 points to the good of the Bendigo Footy Netball League. 3-2-20. Score sponsor Don Smalls Goods. Is Don is good. Live 25 interleague fresh footy. There's only about 20 seconds remaining in this second term, so if the umpire does resume play in the middle of the ground, it won't be to any avail to any side.
Disappointed again, Bendigo, in the first quarter. They let one slip in the last minute of play, and they've done that again.
Play resumes. Ball going to be won there by Gambaro. He lays the tackle, and the siren will sound for half time. The Ammos, they hold a very handy lead at the main break. They're 9-7-61. They held a 27-point lead at the first change. It's now 41 at the main. 9-7 plays 3-2.
Interleague under-19 Bendigo versus the Victorian Amateur Football Association in 2025. An impressive start by the Ammos here at the QEO where they lead. It's a big afternoon of football, so don't go anywhere. At around about 2 o'clock we'll be bringing you all the senior action where it will be again the Ammos against Bendigo.
Goes over the head of both, and it's rattling around on the boundary line. Still in. Jones has the footy, feeds it back. Barnett, left forward pocket, left foot banana. You are joking.
One way than the other, kick around the body, he was smothered, went back to D'Amico, hard up against the boundary, left foot centering kick to the top of the goal square, around the body goes Pockney!
for you, a different experience.
It is.
You'll fit right in.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keyser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Keyser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keyser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with precision.
It's the Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for round 11. Kicking us off at number 1, Joel Buderick here from Eagle Hawk. This is a brilliant goal, this. Get off me on that one. Another one he gets through and then just guides it all the way home. Look at that on the replay. That is Class E. Number 2, the brilliant effort this. Working his way through traffic. The right-footed snap, sending it straight home. Number 3, Harrison Burke here from Golden Square. Had to think quick. He got it in the pack and got it on the boot and put it through. A brilliant goal. Number 4, double feature here. Harrison Burke again from Golden Square. Another example of thinking quick. He's just lightning in front of goal. How good was that? Number 5, Caelan Huntley from Castlemaine. We love it when the midfielders break away like this. Then he goes bang! That was from about 65 out. Bounces in the square and all the way home. A brilliant goal, Caelan.
Get into this game, they're going to have to make the most of their opportunities because they've had a couple and they've missed, but the way that the MOs have been able to the big queue, feel like I'm at the MCG. The way they've been able to adapt their game at ground level in the open spaces has been pretty impressive.
I think the biggest sort of separation where the two teams are at is the ball use from the defensive half into the front half is both really good. It's just that last kick inside 50 is what seems to be the massive difference. The Amos, they're using their size, their boost, they're putting it in the leading lane of the big forwards up high, and it makes it really tough for the Bendigo defence to compete there. Whereas when Bendigo is setting that last ball inside the forward line, it's almost a little bit kick and hope. And there's just no real intent with their inside 50s.
I think it's got to be full credit to guys like Lloyd, Batter, Linda's getting back there cross half-back. You know, there's been 7 or 8 marks each quarter, intercept marks across half-back line, and then their foot skills are just superior over Bendigo. Against the breeze there, they were smart enough to get the handball out to runners through the middle of the ground, and then the speed with run and carry, and then with their forwards separation of that one-on-one, they were still taking a lot of marks inside, and that's why they're 41 points up.
James Gray showing leadership from a Bendigo point of view, but he needs to in the second half, and he needs to make the most of his opportunity goalward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he got his hands on the ball a few times through the middle of the ground there, and then late, a shot on goal which resulted in a goal and then another shot. So, yeah, look, I think he's starting in the middle there, which is great to show some leadership in there, to get the ball moving forward. I think Hayes is battling really well on the ruck. Nevins is in the middle as well. He's probably had a good 12, 15 touches. Look, they've got to get their hands on the contested ball and just surge the ball forward. Lower the eyes into this wind here, maybe like VAFA did, use the run and carry, and see how they go. If they can get a couple of goals on the scoreboard here, reduce the margin a little bit, and see how they go in that last quarter with the wind.
The Amos, they were gathered in the Barnard Street forward pocket / forward area, so they're just coming into their positions now to meet the Bendigo counterparts. So a big second half coming away. Can Bendigo get back into this game? Because at the moment it's a 41-point margin. It's Bendigo 3-2-20. They trail the Amos 9-7-61. Still a half of football to go, and to bring you all the action, here's Cal Cummins.
So players just making their way into position. Set for the second half here of interleague footy. It's the VAFA and the Bendigo Footy Netball League. Play resumes. Neither ruckman got a hand to it, nor Alessio or Hayes won that ruck tap. stays inside the centre circles. Lovely spinning move there from Nevins. Look to send Bendigo forward. Handball over the top towards Kale. Towards half forward they go. The running man out there, Bendigo, look to send the ball inside the forward line. It's at the top of the goal square. Took it with one mitt, then was laid into. Somehow got boot the ball. It's in a dangerous position here for the VAFA defence. Numbers are circling. There's about 50 players around this ball. Hard to pick out one of them. There's a stoppage about 15 out from Bendigo's goal.
Impressive by Nevins there, just to weave his magic through the stoppage there and get the ball forward. It was well done.
Ball tossed up. Ball one down by there, Alessio. Clearance comes the way of the big V. There's a nice ball in the end. Green takes it at half-back, sends it along the wing. Fanning is his target. He has about a step advantage of his opponent there, Turnbull. Throws it on the boot inside the forward line. It's not a great pass. Probably the intended target there was Hodder. And I think the ball has just landed inside the field of play, right where the arc meets the paint. Inside the forward line, far side of the ground for the VAFA.
So no time on at all in the under-19 game, so we play 25 minutes apiece in the third and the final term, which Bendigo will need all of that if they're to get back into this game. Front of the pack there, Fanning doing the ruck work. The ball will spill towards the boundary line. Picking it up will be Farah, who's been good. Eventually he steps over, and underneath the scoreboard we'll have a ball in.
Looks like Charlie King's got the job on Nagel down in the back pocket here for Bendigo, so on the dangerous Nagel, so he's got a big afternoon for himself now.
Hayes with the bald head wins the tap there for Bendigo, taps it at his feet. Involved was Nevins. Can he get it away for Bendigo? He can't, still on 50. It's all tied up, and we'll have a ball up, I reckon. Umpire will cross his arms, blow his whistle, and on the paint mark of 50, Bendigo in attack, kicking to the VAFA in attack, kicking to the city end. 61 playing 20. The VAFA lead.
Comes out towards Linda. He flicked it over his head. Still inside the forward line here for the Ammos. Lovely spinning move there from Hardingham. Looks to send it forward here onto the running Pambai. He opts to go by foot along the line. And I've got the numbers here. Do Bendigo onto that left boot. It's a 2-on-2 inside the forward line. They'll come in from all angles. No mark could be taken. Comes at ground level. Handball was slick there from Eaton. Dashing. Inside goes Daniels. Pops one over the top of the VAFA defence. They are sound and comfortable. Lock things up, about 35 out from the goal.
Looks like Bendigo are out there, but VAFA did some terrific defensive work there, and now I've got the stoppage inside Bendigo's forward 50.
Hayes runs in quickly. He taps it just at ground level. Hands on the footy will be Farah for the Ammos. Can't get out. We'll have another stoppage. 40 from home. Hayes will do the ruck work. Uses his body. Alessio did well. Hayes probably won it in the end. The Ammos tracking the football. There will be Lloyd towards the boundary line. And again, I reckon we can have another ball in. We will. And we've gone nowhere quickly. 9-7-61 the Ammos. They lead Bendigo 3-2-20. 22 minutes remaining in this third term. Live 25 interleague fresh footy.
Inside the forward line here for Bendigo. Alessio basically palmed it down at his hips. Comes the way of Kirkwood Scott. He throws it on the boot along the wing position. Lurking dangerous here was Nagel. He'll pick up the ball. Handball over the top in the Fanning direction. Take your pick, or Hodder. There's no one inside the forward 50s. The ball sits about 60 or 70 from the Ammos goal. The umpire will be called into action. We get a stoppage basically on the edge of the centre square on the pool side of the ground. It is the Ammos who lead it by 41 points. About 4 minutes played here in this third term. Alessio and Hayes, nil all draw on the ruck, lands down at their laces, holding his width out there. It was Kale. We'll come to him now. Comes out towards Farah. Can look to send the Vicks forward. Nothing quite doing for him. Very contested up there. No ball. No one's really getting a clean hand to it. Now Bendigo come forward, but it's intercept mark taken. Jumper
Steps around the play pretty easily too. We go inside forward 50. Good spot up to Redenbach. Just found time and space, and he found himself alone. 35 out directly in front. Good build up, Daniel.
I felt sorry for Nevins there for Bendigo though, because he won the contested football, dodged around a couple of players, and his chip off just didn't quite work. But yeah, you can't allow any skill errors, because once VAFA find the ball in their hands on that intercept, they're away and they've taken another mark inside 50.
All he has to do is kick through the footy and sit it up. Don't muck around with hitting point post to the left, to the right. Just kick through it. We see it so many times here at the QEO, and he does exactly that, and he kicks behind. Not much of a coach, I don't think, am I? 62 the Ammos, they lead Bendigo 20. We've gone 5 minutes in this third term, live 25, interleague fresh footy.
Margin then is Johnny sits at an even 7 goals. From fullback to bring the ball back into play will be Chambers. A nice methodical pass out towards the pool side of the ground. Mark taking play on immediately. A nice ball there that found Hayes. He opts to go by hand once again. That and the next kick was smothered. Charging through once again. Gray did really well to Hardingham. Sets things up here for Bendigo. Kick along the line. Opie was corralling him. Eaton feeds it off by hand. This is the best ball movement of the day for Bendigo to Daniels, who can square it up. But the last kick for the top of the score was to Noah Vale. Lloyd takes the intercept mark and will bring it out towards the broadcast side. In the leading lane there of Redenbach. He was corralled. It's hugging the boundary line. It now finds its way over and out.
Like you said, Cal, good passage to play there from Bendigo. They still want to take the game on, which is what they've got to do to try and get this margin down.
Across half forward, 70 from home, ball in. Big Hayes will do the ruck work. He's against Fanning. Hayes done a lot of the ruck work this afternoon for Bendigo. Probably no clear winner in that contest. Pack forms, umpire blows his whistle pretty quickly and will do it all again. He doesn't muck around, the umpire throws it up. Fanning tapped it straight to the opposition, down the throat of Morris. Morris short inside forward 50, but it's ineffective. Now ground level. Hurried shot at goal was picked up quickly at ground level by Gray, who sprayed it wide. And it might be, in fact, out of bounds, either a free kick or out of bounds on the full, is it?
Hit the behind post.
Oh, hit the behind post. So either way, penalty kick, 42-point margin. Bendigo trail, and we've gone 7 minutes third term.
Bader tugged alongside that post in the back pocket for the Ammos. He sends it out towards the far side of the ground. Hayes was in best position to mark, but lovely roving at ground level. Charging through there was Sears. Looked to send things forward for the Ammos. Fanning throws it on the boot. His target is Hodder. He held position well. In fact, he was held as well. Richardson's then the deepest. It's a 1-1. Richardson flies. Lovely defensive work there by Coghill. It's this man again. Nagel fires, and he scores. Tyson Nagel with his second of the afternoon. He's just been that live wire threat at ground level, as I mentioned at half time. And the Ammos, they lead it by 8 goals. Bendigo City Farmers score sponsor, Live 25. Interleague Fresh Footy, it's 10-8 to 3-2.
I tell you what, Nagel was that fast because he wasn't far away from Fanning. He was kicking the ball inside 50 there. Nagel found himself at the stoppage, or at the full of the contest, was able to rove uncontested and snap the goal. But obviously it's a strategy in this third quarter. If Bendigo have the ball forward, VAFA are pushing as many numbers back and then of the open space inside their forward 50.
Up they'll go in the ruck work, back in the middle for the restart. Doing the ruck work was Gumbardo on that occasion. The ball spilled to the outer side wing. Still, it'll be now Bendigo who win it over the Pombai. He found a teammate through Chambers. They'll move it to the outer side, Bendigo, and then kick it forward. Probably cause a turnover. Still no clear possession. On half forward, eventually McMahon wins it for Bendigo. He'll spray it wide, and at 52 metres from goal, good mark it was
Eaton
by Bendigo. Eaton, he's only 10 metres in from the boundary line. He's on the swimming pool side, the club room side there, as in the change rooms, the newer change rooms. He goes into the pocket, he won't make the goal. Good strong mark.
That's not Lloyd again, is it?
The Ammos, I reckon it might be, who just reached for the skies, contested as a backman, did well. He'll dish it off quickly to a teammate, and now the Ammos kick it beyond 50.
It was Charlie Richardson with the intercept mark, who's just doing it at all ends of the ground at the minute.
Spot on there, Kelly. He's working hard back, but then once they get the ball forward, he's happy to get on his bike.
Jack English then will receive the free kick about 60 out from Bendigo's goal. They're kicking to the Barnard Street end of the ground. They trail by 48 points. That kick goes into a hot spot. No clear winner on that occasion. Down at ground level was Nagel once again. And the umpire will call for things. 10 played in this third term. It is the Ammos who lead it by 48 points. Ball one down there towards Edwards and looks to send the big V on their way towards half forward. That is a beautiful looking pass through the air. Just dribbled through a couple of fingertips and right in front of us in the broadcast position, and the Bendigo interchange gates, we will get a ball in.
Umpire will throw it in. Hayes runs to the contest. He hasn't got, well, he has now. I thought he was going to go uncontested. Cross half forward now. Ammos in attack to the Bendigo City end. The wind has died off a little. The tap went to the back door by Gombardo, but Bendigo emerge through King. King gives it off to a teammate, and then they'll send it long. Running with the flight of the ball was Rickson for Castlemaine. Did well, Castlemaine for Bendigo. Behrens, he does play for Castlemaine. He's got the footy again. He goes to the back door and retreats to Turnbull. They're mucking around here, Bendigo. They might cause a stoppage, and they're all tied up. They dive in over the top of the footy and we'll have a ball on. True win position. Broadcast side, 48-point margin. The Ammos lead, and we've gone 10 minutes in this third term.
Alessio won the ball down, but only as far as Nevins, who looked to send Bendigo on their way. Kick wasn't fantastic. Picked up here by Giampa, who'll go back to go forward. And the Ammos just a little bit more composed. They've got 3 numbers that can win this footy. Ends in the hands of Farah, who goes along the wing. Jumped a little bit early there. Cheap made a bit of a meal of it. Stuck here on the wing position. Alessio won the ball over the top. Now they're away. Farah, he can run to 50 if he wants. He does. Now pulls the tree towards the top of the square. It's a good looking kick in the lean land of Gambaro. He's almost uncontested in the pocket now. Chases it. Feeds it back inside. Opportunity here for Cheap. Meets it on the bounce. One more handball inside. And it's another one for the Ammos. 11-8-74, place 3-2-20. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals, Live 25, Interleague Fresh Footy. And it might have been Dan Shepherd, the one with the goal.
Was Shepherd in the end that finished off some great work. What impressed me out here was that handball by Zach Travers through the traffic, through the contest, was able to find an open player. Just his peripheral vision there was absolutely outstanding. I just can't believe he hit that handball. I think he hit Farah then, who moved the ball forward. And again, once that ball's open into space, VAFA are just using it so well.
Alessio comes back into the ruck against Hayes. No clear winner again. Won the footy, then lost it. Was Morris for Bendigo. Couldn't clear it. Now Pat forms again and we'll have a stoppage. Just marginally forward of centre for the Ammos. Big margin now, 54 points. We've still got 13 remaining in this third term. Alessio again uses his body. Probably won the tap on that occasion, but to no true advantage. It will be a free kick, and the free kick will go to Bendigo, and they'll move it forward across to half forward.
Nevins goes by hand, then by foot, and the teammate might have been Pambite, but the kick was to no avail. It's Lloyd who takes the intercept mark at centre-half back. And we'll look to send the Big V on their way, celebrating 100 years of the Big V. Farah marks at true centre wing. He goes further along the line. A nice ball that found Jack Cheap, representing the Parkdale Vultures. He's played a couple of games at the Sandy Zebs earlier this year. Travers was bumped late, and it will be a downfield free kick. Just a little bit of ill discipline there from Aaron Nevins out of Kangaroo Flat. There's a little bit of afters between the two as well. It will be a free kick to the Ammos. This going to Jonathan Gambaro, who will kick from a 45-degree angle, maybe 35 metres in terms of distance. He's kicked 9 goals in 10 under-19 games for St Kevin's this year, has Gambaro. Yet to hit the scoreboard this afternoon. He's now got one, has he? No, he's hit the post. It was a good-looking kick off the boot.
Moving it quick, but yeah, just some frustration from Nevins. You can see he's getting frustrated through the middle of the ground there, just not getting his hands on the ball as much as he probably wants.
Oh, they've been it's awkward here for Bendigo to say the least as they've turned it over. Farah went to Gambaro. He went as a whistle on play. It's still a goal. Advantage was paid, and the goal kicker was Nagel. Blown a whistle on. That's his third for the afternoon. He's really having a good afternoon up here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. So they kick further away here. The Ammos, they go to 12-9-81. They lead 3-2-20. Score sponsor Parsons Towing in Castlemaine. Live 25 Interleague Fresh Footy.
Just one thing that's really noticeable at ground level, guys, just the running power of the VAFA, especially defensively with the wind. They just feel like they've got extra numbers in the contest every time they get one handball out.
Yeah, exactly right there. So just their running ability to push back and win the footy, and then they just go. So yeah, they're running in numbers.
5 unanswered goals that is now for the Ammos. Bendigo there get the score in this quarter. We've played 14 minutes of this third term. Nevins feeds it off by hand, won the clearance, sends Bendigo out towards half forward. Nice tackle out there from Mitch Lloyd. Has to go turn tackler once again. The umpire will cross his chest right on the edge of the centre square, pull side of the ground at right half forward for Bendigo. Umpire gets things underway immediately. Palm over the top there by the secondary ruck for Bendigo Doherty. And we're going absolutely nowhere. This time a little bit closer to Bendigo's goal, right on the arc of 50. Fanning doing the ruck work once again. In fact, it was Alessio who's given away the free kick for the Ammos, who are trying to play on. Haven't quite heard the whistle. They'll be coming back right on the arc.
Didn't even know he had the free kick, Doherty. Then he's looking at the umpire with his palms in the air.
He's got his hands on the footy now. He now pulls the kick towards the pocket. Not looking too bad through the end. The mark has been taken inside the forward 50. It'll be Aaron Nevins who will fire a shot at goal maybe 40 metres and a 45-degree angle there on the far side.
Just make up for his little discipline beforehand. So, I mean, he has had a good afternoon, but obviously some frustration setting in here, but a chance to get on the scoreboard for some reward here for Nevins.
6 games at senior level this season, Aaron Nevins. He shoots right in front of the pavilion out there, and he has missed to the near side. It's the first score of the quarter for Bendigo Footy Netball League. They're 3-3. They're 60 points in the rears of the VAFA 12-9.
Linda plays on from full-back, and then he kicks it straight down the middle. It's an aggressive kick, but it's been marked by Bendigo, so it'll be a turnover to Gray. Gray will now send it inside forward 50 shallow. It's a hurried kick out of the pack that goes further afield, and standing all alone might be Gray again that's snuck down forward, and he'll have a shot at goal.
I think it's Hugh Behrens. But, great vision there from Daniels. He didn't have a lot of space, but out of the corner of his eye, saw Behrens on a 45-degree angle here, about 40 out. So, yeah, Daniels has kicked a couple of goals, but may have set one up here for Bendigo.
So the man on the mark stands at 40, 45-degree angle. We'll get a look at it to the Barnard Street end. Difficult kick with a bit of a breeze, but I reckon it's died down a little. Let's see what Behrens does for Bendigo. He started it right. It's held its line. It'll go straight to the line. They need to kill it here, the VAFA, as they will probably cause a stoppage, I would imagine, as they all jump in over the footy, and we'll have a ball up. It's out to a 60-point margin, only 15 metres out from goal. Bendigo in attack.
Umpire tosses it up. It lands right at the top of the goal square. There's about 20 players locked inside that forward line at the moment, trying to emerge through. All of them was Panby, trying to set the word alight, but couldn't quite do so. He was pinned holding the footy. And the Ammos can breathe a sigh of relief. It comes out of the defensive zone courtesy of Bater. His kick wasn't fantastic, but it was uncontested again. Pops one over the top to Kirkwood Scott, who goes for a little run. His handball was good in the end to Sears. And there's some afters here as well. The umpire has found a free kick down the way of Bendigo. And they're starting to fly in from all places as well. And it might be Sears underneath it as well. Couldn't quite pick it out who it was for Bendigo. But it's going the way of the Ammos. The umpire perhaps pointing the wrong direction on that occasion. Comes towards the corridor. Linda will mark just defensive side of the centre circle. Plays on quickly to Richardson, who has to beat 2. Hold his width at ground level. Really nicely done here. Can either sticks to Green. He goes to the top of the square. One hand to it there from Gumbala. Couldn't quite take the mark. Turnbull's on the last line of defence. Bendigo back on their way.
Curtis McLennan sends it long for Bendigo. He hits a target. Now they'll look to build up across half-back. Austin handball forward into the middle. It's aggressive. Hardingham getting his hands on the footy. He'll go to half-forward. He has Rickson out. There was a poor kick, and he kicks it straight to the opposition in Davidson. He doesn't muck around. Short pass to the wing. Richardson runs his full measure. Awkward ball. And it come off the instep, I reckon, but he hit Green, who was standing at 49, and said, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, poor Richardson there. Like, he's done some beautiful kicks today, and that one was off the side of the boot, but he found his teammate.
Richardson, short pass. There's a player unchecked. Bendigo should have picked up Gumbaro. Now he goes to the top of the square. It's in the hot spot. They'll set themselves. I reckon it's a mark. The Ammos in the middle of a pack. Gumbaro, is it? I thought he might have. In fact, the kick came from Fanning, because he can't kick it and mark it at the same time, of course, as he'll have a shot at the top of the goals. Anyway, poor checking regardless by Bendigo.
Yeah, well, Fanning, like you said, was unchecked there, uncontested, and found the football. So, yeah, you just can't let that happen.
Bang, goal, slots it. So, the margin's 13,987 to 3,321 now, Bendigo, midway through this third term. Score sponsor, Don Smallgoods. Is Don, is good. Live 25, local interleague fresh footy.
Yeah, again, it was just that Bendigo going inside 50 there, or going in towards their forward line, and just a skill error. Coughed it up, was able to Davison to take the mark there for VAFA, and then they just moved the ball with ease. They're just running on top of the ground so much better than Bendigo at the moment, Cal, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
4-2 to 1 behind this quarter to the Ammos. They led it by 66 points. There's a whistle off the ball. Not sure where this one's going. It's going the way of Bendigo.
Don't see that very often. The man standing on the corner of the square, stepping in.
Was it a 666 infringement or something?
No, I think the man on a half-back stepped inside, so he had too many in the centre.
There you go. Free kick nonetheless going the way of Bendigo out the middle. Handball came the way of Doherty to the running man alongside him. A nice ball inside the forward line. Might have been Edwards. No mark could be taken. Going to come back the way of the ammo, so we've got about 5 numbers in option. One of them out there was cheap. He looks to go by hand. Linda has open grass in front of him. He opts to go by hand. Farah runs his measure, pulls the trigger. That is a beauty. Tommy Farrell slots his first of the afternoon. The margin's out to 72 points. Score sponsor Jason Westcott, Live 25 Interleague Fresh Footy. The ammo's in complete control.
Gray might have felt a little bit hard done by there. I think he went to take the mark, dropped the mark, but felt he got one high. But again, it's just once that ball's turned over by VAFA, they just run in streamer numbers. They get that forward handball going, and yes, as soon as they find an uncontested player forward of the footy, and especially inside 50, they make them pay. So that was a good finish by Tom Farah.
Floodgates have opened here at the home of country football, the Queen Elizabeth Oval in Bendigo, where we've got interleague under-19 interleague football against the Victorian Amateur Football Association, and they are dominating at the moment. As Alessio, he wins it out of the middle in the ruck, and it's a hurried kick by the Ammos to the side off the boot towards the broadcast side. Green tracks the football. Offering support will be Edwards, and right in front of us might be a free kick, and it goes to Bendigo, and it's McMahon.
McMahon a long way from home where he typically finds himself. He's at half-back, drives it along the wing position. It's intercepted by Kirkwood Scott. So Mitch drives it along the wing position. Wasn't a great ball off the boot. Mopping up there at ground level was McMahon. He opts to go by hand. Lovely stepping move there from Turnbull into the corridor. And Richardson takes the intercept mark. He's about 80 from goal for the Big V. Plays on out towards the far side. Fanning in the leading lane. Took at his laces. That's a nice mark.
Great mark by the big fella down on near his ankles there. Reached down and plucked it. That was a terrific mark.
There's 5 old Brighton representatives out there, and 2 of them linking up there between Richardson and Fanning. And he will have a shot at goal from the pool side of the ground, 45-degree angle, about a 50-metre effort by the time he will let rip. Margin currently sitting at 72 points. It's been a very compelling afternoon, particularly this third quarter for the Ammos. They've currently got 7 unanswered goals. Fanning on the runway. He'll kick from right on the 50, on the left peg, starts it straight. It drifts to the near side ever so slightly and through for a minor score. 14-10-94 the Ammos. They lead Bendigo 3-3-21.
Just got to keep taking the game on, Bendigo. You know, obviously the margin's quite substantial now, but just keep playing good footy, keep showcasing themselves and the region. That's what they've got to keep doing.
Evans will kick it in for Bendigo. You'll play on. You'll go to the swimming pool side. Short pass, and it's poor. He's kicked it straight to the opposition, so Ammos will come again now. 51 from home. Hard up against the boundary line. Just taking a lot of time. It's Fanning again. And he's just put the ball on the ground, and he'll do his work.
Similar spot from last shot, isn't it, John? Probably a bit tighter on the boundary.
Fanning then. Almost a copy and paste of his last shot a mere minute ago. From right on the paint. This one's a bit straighter. It's going to land a couple inches short and through for a rush behind for the VAFA. They lead at 14-11-95. Bendigo Footy Netball League, they're 3-3-21. Turnbull will bring things back into play. And he goes towards the pocket to find his skipper and Gisborne representative James Gray.
See if they can slow the ball down here, Cal. The last 2 quarters have let some red time goals happen, so hopefully won't do that again this quarter.
Ball goes further along the pool side of the ground. Now comes towards the corridor. Good kick at that, but charging through was Lloyd. Got a fist in right when he needed to. Farah here for the Ammos. Goes over the top. Couldn't quite find a teammate. Could be coming away. Right in the middle here of Queen Elizabeth Oval with Bendigo to roll forward. Daniel sends it towards half forward. It's a 2-on-1 in favour of the hosts. I've got 40 seconds to find an avenue to go. Ball in the hands of Rickson. Balks a tackler. Pulls the kick towards the pocket. Couldn't quite lace him out in the chest. And just as we thought that play was resuming, the boundary umpire will call things into action. 30 seconds remaining in this third quarter. The Ammos by 74 points. By the time the boundary umpire brings it back in, there's only one real opportunity for Bendigo to kick their first goal of the quarter. Throw-in lands real shallow. Tackle applied there by Farah. Umpire signals for a hold. A free kick going to Bendigo.
did throw his arms and head back there, so I'm not sure if it's Panby or no, it will be McMahon having the shot there. So originally tackled, and the VAFA player must have held on.
Three-quarter time siren does sound, and Jack McMahon, who's been on fire at senior level for Golden Square this season. 17 goals from 9 games, has played 9 career games for the Bendigo Pioneers. He will shoot from about 30 metres, 45-degree angle broadcast side. On the runway, sets sail, and that one has pushed out to the right-hand side. So a goalless third term for the Bendigo Footy League. They're 3-4-22. The Ammos, they're in complete control, 14-11-95.
Three-quarter time here at the home of country football, the Queen Elizabeth Oval in interleague football, where Bendigo are taking on the VAFA, the
goes over the head of both, and it's rattling around on the boundary line. Still in. Jones has the footy, feeds it back. Barnett, left forward pocket, left foot banana. You are joking.
One way than the other, kick around the body, he was smothered, went back to D'Amico, hard up against the boundary, left foot centering kick to the top of the goal square, around the body goes Pockney!
He's still playing at Chargers.
Frame your memories or explore other stunning artwork. Plus there's warm-up, framing options and convenient parking right at the door. For a sponsor located on Garcia Street, Bendigo, on the corner of Arthur Street. Got the picture?
Doing it for our community. Local first. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is done, is good.
Live 25, it is interleague fresh footy here at
the home of country football, the Queen Elizabeth Oval in Bendigo. We're at three-quarter time in the under-19s against the Victorian Amateur Football Association. The Amos 14-11-95. They lead Bendigo 3-4-22, which has been a dominating display to date. John Hunter, Cal Cummins, Daniel Smith, Cameron Power and Braden May bringing you all the action here from the QEO. And following this game will be the senior game. Cam Power, Paddy Grinwell, Derek Philo, myself and Cal Cummins will bring you that action. And at ground level, I think we've got the Amos coach with Braden May.
We do, guys. Paul, you must be thrilled. What was the message to the boys just then?
Basically to respect the opposition, make sure that we look after ourselves and play the brand of football we've been talking about. We talked about culture for a long time now, since night one, probably 6-7 weeks ago. How we want to play, how we want to look, how we want to be respected. We represent not just the Big V, but we represent ourselves, our families, our schools that we attended, community clubs. So yeah, it's not just about the 22 or 23 guys that are running around out there. We want to finish this game off now, and we want to respect the umpires and the opposition as well. And it's been a good hard-fought contest, pretty physical and good skills on display.
Thanks, mate. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you so much.
The access we've had to both coaches this afternoon / this morning has been really good, and that will continue across the course of the afternoon. Let's talk about respect and getting a score on the board if Bendigo can get some respectability. They are 3-4-22. They trail the Amos 14-11-95, live 25, local interleague fresh footy to bring you the final term. Here's Cal Cummins.
Thank you, Johnny. What a morning turned afternoon it has been, and we're not even halfway through today's proceedings. We've got the seniors clash between Bendigo Footy League seniors of the VAFA coming up in just about an hour's time as play resumes for the final quarter here at Queen Elizabeth Oval. Beautiful palm down there by Hayes, but doesn't get as far as the Amos. Redenbach at centre half back. Goes back to go forward into the hands of Travers. Continue to run there, did Edwards. Goes towards centre half forward. It's a good ball. It found Farah. He goes inside the forward line. And a nice mark overhead by Nagel. Very dominant has this man been, Tyson Nagel. 109 games for the Ivanhoe Junior Footy Club has now gone up to their seniors. As I mentioned earlier, 12 goals in 12 games this year.
Kick 2 in that third quarter there, Cal, so yeah, I'm sure he's going to have a few opportunities, and this could be his first one for the last quarter, so could end up with a bag today, Nagel.
Certainly one to consider for the best on ground that will be awarded post-game. Tyson Nagel. He will kick the ball about 40 metres, slight angle. Looks pretty good off the boot. It'll land short at the top of the goal square. No mark could be taken. Kirkwood Scott was lurking. He'll throw on the right boot. Lovely goal there from Jack Cheap. To the Barnard Street end of the ground. The Amos have kicked the first in the first 60 seconds. They lead at 15-11-101 to the Bendigo Footy League 3-4-22. That Don's Smalls Goods score sponsor. Live 25 Interleague Fresh Footy.
He's a big lad, Cheap, but he did his own roving there, so yeah, look, he brought the ball to ground. No one else was there, so he thought, I might as well rove it myself and kick the goal, and that's what he did. Interesting to see Mick Marn's gone in the middle for Bendigo, maybe giving them a bit more grunt through there and just try and win some contested football.
Alessio jumps high, jumped early. Bit of online production going on in the background there, as the ball is now with the Amos. Handball over the top, it's a receive by Opie, the skipper. It's done well this afternoon. He goes to half forward. Good, strong, contested mark. The man with the footy is Cheap. Cheap will go shallow inside forward 50. Intercepting there was Evans of Bendigo. Still at 45 metres from goal. But the Amos, they've got on the end of a handball would be Kirkwood. He goes wide and puts it through for a minor score. So 102 playing 22. Amos in control here. 22 minutes remaining in this final term. Live 25. Interleague fresh footy.
It's a dangerous sign to Bendigo, isn't it? The VAFA have won the first 2 clearances and got the ball inside 50 pretty quickly.
The last 8 goals of this contest have gone the way of the Amos. So the long ball comes out towards half back for Bendigo. No one could take the mark. Charging through the contest really well there was Edwards. Can set up a teammate and does. Hodder fires at the sticks and completely uncontested at the top of the goal square. take the mark was Gambaro. And this, you could almost put in the book, this is almost the easiest of shots for Jonathan Gambaro, who's already kicked one this afternoon. No real hesitation on the approach and just dobs that one home. So that's now 9 unanswered goals in this second half for the Big V. They lead it 16-12, 108 to the Bendigo Footy League 3-4-22. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder, live 25 Interleague Fresh Footy.
I think Braden brought it up in the second quarter that they're just holding their width really, really well there, the VAFA team. So, you know, have faith and the ability for their inside winners to win the ball, and if you hold out into space, they're going to feed the ball out to you, and then you can just make it your own. So, good finish there by Gambaro.
Alessio, he jumped, he won the tap against Hayes on the end of a handball. They're just lining up here, the VAFA. They're dominating. They'll go inside forward 50 now. Nagel, the kick came from, and spotted up Hodder. Hodder right on 50. It was a good hit. Hodder for the Ammos, 45-degree angle. Tough kick from there, Daniel.
Will be a tough kick. This breeze is quite tricky. I think it might be going a little bit of left to right.
Let's see if you're a goal kicking coach as well as a premiership coach. He just opens up the angle and he spread it wide. He never really looked like it off the boot. They'll set themselves, and umpires letting it go. Hurried kick out of the pack by Bendigo. On the end of a mark there will be Austin. Now he decides to clear it quickly. His target with one-on-one will be Morris, but the ball spills. Now to half forward, running onto it. Ammos, geez, they've got the numbers here. String of handballs ends up over the back, and then they'll clear it to the outer side wing.
That they do towards Richardson, who marks right in front of the water slide out there on the pool side of the ground. No one really manning the mark, so Richardson can just take a couple of steps forward, pulls the kick along the wing, and these two have been in sync all afternoon. Gambaro marks, still about 80 from home, goes towards the arc, not a great kick off the boot. It's intercepted. Bendigo look to repel through the corridor, right in the heart of Queen Elizabeth Oval. Wilkinson takes the mark. There's nothing really appealing long, but he does go anyway, long and high, goes in the Morris direction. There's a hold, and a free kick will be going his way. In fact, he'll be going to a teammate. I think it might be Henry Edwards, the recipient.
Yeah, you couldn't see what happened there, but I thought Eaton was one-on-one there. Could have gone to him quicker, but they decided to hold on the footy to get some more numbers back there for Bendigo. So is it Edwards is having a shot, or is it Hardingham? Yep.
Toby Hardingham, the South Bendigo representative, has been named in the best 8 out of 10 games this season at under 18 level. He fires from 45 directly in front, and he has squeezed it home. That gets the Bendigo faithful up and about. It's their first goal since midway in the second term. They've kicked their fourth. 4-4-28 Bendigo Footy Netball League. The VAFA there 16-12, 108. Parsons Towning score sponsor live 25 Interleague Fresh Footy.
Good to see them get their fourth goal for the day, Bendigo. They have worked hard. They've just played against a more superior opposition, but like I said earlier, they've got to keep taking the game on, looking to use the corridor, wheel around and go. Look, try and find the uncontested player and just move the ball with ease.
Fanning goes back into the middle, does the ruck work, probably on that occasion. Emerging with the footy will be Farah, who's been good. He'll spread it wide to the outer side wing. He found Shepherd. Shepherd's got a teammate running side by side. That was good through Davidson. Davidson will go to half forward now. He spots up Cheap. Cheap inside forward 50. His target was Nagel. He hit him on the chest, but it bounced off. Now they've still got an opportunity as it comes back inboard. They set themselves back of the pack. Good strong mark will be Richardson, who will line them up pretty much directly in front, and they just seem to run in waves then, Daniel.
Yeah, they've just been doing that all day, John. Even defensively, I think we spoke about just the last contest when Bendigo were moving the ball forward and seemed to have numbers forward of the footy, but it was the work rate from the VAFA players that helped out there and won the ball forward. Richardson having his shot for his third shot for his third goal today, so he's had a very big game.
Man on the mark, stands at 26 metres, maybe a little bit more. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Barnard Street in, kicking into the wind. It'll go wide, and he fans it just a little bit, and it goes through for a minor score. That takes Bendigo to 29. They trail 109. 17 minutes remaining in this final term. Live 25. Interleague Fresh Footy.
Play resumes from fullback for Bendigo. Into the hands of Evans, who looks to go quickly, and they're going through the corridor. Bendigo couple kicks in a blink of an eye. They're going forward, just over the head there of Austin. Has to go and paddle it, then go and crunch his opponent right in front of him. Right in front of a very happy faithful. Right in front of us in the broadcast position. Bader pretty content in seeing that ball over and out.
Good contest there between Austin and Bader, absolutely. So last quarter, no one's taking any backward step. It was straight through both players then.
8 minutes gone here in the final term. It's Yamos, 81 points to the good. Trying to charge through there was Chambers. Couldn't quite get a clean hand to it. Travers on all fours goes crashing. Now got to his feet, then was tackled. And a strong one at that too by McMahon. And about 55 out from Bendigo's goal. We got a stoppage.
Up they'll go in the ruck again. It'll be Fanning against the big man Hayes. Ground level. Going in hard. There was Farah. Geez, he's been good. Tracking the footy will be Wilkinson. He gets collared. Good defensive work there by Edwards of the Amos. And we'll have a ball up. Broadcast side, centre wing. Up they'll go in the ruck. Alessio doing the ruck work. Good bit of work through Bendigo. McMahon gave it off to a teammate and they'll go inside forward 50. Here's an opportunity. Another handball over the top. It's with Daniels. Daniels now will feed it to Eaton. Eaton will go around the body, but it's a poor kick. And the intercepting mark's been taken by Bader.
Didn't have an inch to spare in front of his own behind line. There did Bader. He opts to go to the vice-captain, Linda. Feeds it on to Lloyd and give the 1-2. Was good with Edwards. Lloyd's got it again, running the dashing half-back. Sends it along the line. And a good mark taken at the wing position. Cheap marks it on the wing. Zip man again, Lloyd almost just continuing to fly through along the wing. And this is a great build-up from the Amos. Nagel marks about 60 from home, then goes to the top of the square for Richardson once again.
Well done.
Clean hand to it, come back to the flight. Well done, that Bendigo defender. Finds themselves at the opposite half-forward broadcast side now. A dribbling kick to absolutely nothing. And the umpire will call for a boundary throw-in. About 70 out from the Amos goal broadcast side.
Yeah, that was Jack McMahon running with the flight of the ball there. He's taken the wind out of him, but he's on his feet, so great courage there by the young fella, because Richardson had his name all over that footy again.
Hayes of Bendigo against Alessio of the Amos. Alessio let it bounce and he tried to grab it. Bendigo on the end of a handball received. That would be great. Ball moves just a half forward. No clean possession here. A throw and a free kick. It might go the way of the Amos. It does. Farah will spread it wide. He likes what he sees. A mark's been taken there by Shepherd. Shepherd give it to Opie. Opie kicked it long. It won't make the distance and it spreads wide. Now contested ball. Ground level. Ball moves out further from goal. 35 out. Another whistle and a free kick. It'll go the way of Bendigo.
It was a throw again, John. The VAFA player must have threw the ball out to one of the teammates there. The umpire saw it.
And it's Bendigo with a free kick.
Hayes coming off for a well-earned rest for Bendigo. I think he's been terrific and, not dominating the ruck, but he's won more tap-outs than lost today.
Austin marks on his defensive 50. Comes a little bit more corridor towards Pambai. He feeds it off by hand as well. McMahon goes for a little run, throws it on the boot, up towards half-forward. It's a good-looking kick. This is better from Bendigo. Morris marks about 60 from home. That last kick inside 50 didn't quite work out. Lloyd just dropped the mark that he probably could have taken. Sends that ball up into orbit. Drops it where it came. 1-2 was good. Eaton probably could have got the 1-2. A shot goes goal anyway. Touched on the last line of defence. A rush behind there for Bendigo. They're 4-5-29. The VAFA 16-13, 109. We're about halfway played in this final term.
He's by himself, Eaton by good 20 metres there. The ball just didn't carry over.
Kicking from fullback, ended up with Linda. Linda now feeds it off by hand. Another kick that comes wide. Target is Fanning. Fanning, handball over the top, put his teammate under pressure, but he got it the old 1-2 back. Now Fanning goes down the wing, spots up a target, who'll run and go. It's Farah. Farah will run to half forward. Then he puts it inside forward 50. They'll set themselves. Ball spills front of the pack. 45 from home. Bendigo under pressure. Farah lost his feet. Picked up eventually by Fanning. Fanning will go and find a teammate right at the teeth of goal. And good build up by the Emos. A mark's been taken. And they'll have another shot, and the footy is with Hodder.
Yeah, just a little bit of argy-bargy here in front of the commentary box here. So, I think the VAFA coach was right. Everyone's just got to, respect themselves and who they're representing, and just focus on the football, not let things overheat and get too much for us.
Hodder went round the body and slotted it as easy as you like there for the Ammos as they extend the lead. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals, Live 25, local interleague footy. The score is now out to the Ammos 17-13, 115 to Bendigo 4-5-29.
Fanning won the ball here in front of us, and then within 10-15 seconds he was able to get the ball across half forward there and hit Gamboa again. So that was pretty impressive by a big fella there. It's just covers the ground so easily.
Yeah, Louis Hodder has played 9 games at senior level for Fitzroy this season. 20 goals from those 9 games. He's a live wire forward with 2 goals now this afternoon. Handball from Linda, couldn't quite find a teammate. Paddling it in front of him out there was Wilkinson for Bendigo. A couple of calls out there for deliberate will go unanswered by the umpire. Just a couple metres left of the scoreboard out there on the pool side of the ground. It is the Ammos, 86 points to the good. We've got 11 minutes remaining in this final quarter. Ball tossed back in, lovely tap there by Alessio, won it down Farah, over the top, riding shotgun there was Giampa, he feeds it on to Linda, who arches it back, then goes by hand to his good mate on that occasion there, Sears, pulls it inside 50, it is just so slick, and Nagel once again has marked about 40 out from goal, he can feed it off by hand, he kept on running Giampa, he fires from 45, it keeps it skinny, and that one is through for a minor score. Margin now 87 points, 17-14 the VAFA. Bendigo there 4-5.
McLennan, he'll kick it in for Bendigo. Short pass down the middle. It's effective to English. English, he'll look to spread it broadcast side. His target will be Daniels, who was at the back of the pack, but floating in front there nicely was Alessio. He just gave him too much height. Now Alessio back inside forward 50, but that's a poor kick as well. Intercept mark by Bendigo. So they have it at defensive 50. They've been in trouble across half-back all afternoon, if you're to be honest. Back to McLennan. McLennan short pass forward. Hits Gray. Gray will bring it down broadcast side, down the wing. It's a good strong kick and a good strong mark. Taken by Cale. Cale now go inboard on the left. Pamby's the target. He'll set himself. 40 from goal from Bendigo. At the back of the pack. Bendigo player received a handball in Eaton. Eaton goes around the body and put it through. Good goal there by young Eaton, who slotted it. That takes Castlemaine to Castlemaine. I keep saying Castlemaine because Castlemaine plays there. 5-4-35 to 17-14, 116. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Yeah, well done to Oscar Cale here. Took a really good contested mark. And then Eaton did some really good work there. He's been lively up there, Eaton. He just needs a little sniff around it, doesn't he, Alan? Needs half a second or half a step, and he seems to make the most of his opportunities there. So, yeah, good goal. John, like you said, before when Bendigo got the ball across half-back, they just don't move. They just don't spread quick enough and got no options, really.
Alessio and Doherty couldn't quite work it out in the middle. Clearance won by James Gray. The skipper of the Bendigo side sends it forward, and it's a nice pass as well to Morris.
Here they come.
Maybe the latest of miracle charges in the final 9 minutes here of the under-19s clash at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. It is Ammos by 81 points, and Ollie Morris, the Sandhurst representative, 7 goals this season at the top level.
Sure. We saw his speed early on there in that second quarter, and so he was able to take the mark there in front of his opponent with his speed. Shot on goal here.
Ollie Morris from about 40 out, 45-degree angle, sets it on its way. He kept that one skinny and misses to the left-hand side. Bendigo there, 5-6, 36. The VAFA 17-14, 116.
Davidson for the Ammos plays on from fullback. Oh, it's a poor kick, but his teammates got plenty of opportunity and chance. They've got time and space now. They'll move it off half-back, and kick goes out to the wing to Richardson. Intercepting there, nice, and kicked it off the ground was McMahon for Bendigo. But the numbers is all through the Ammo with the Ammos. Kirkwood picks it up on half forward, runs a long way, then kicks a goal. Gee, they had the numbers there, and they were impressive there, the Ammos. So I go to 18-14, 122 to 5-5-36. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers, Live 25, interleague fresh footy.
They're making the most of the open spaces, aren't they, Cal? Like you said earlier, about a lot of the grounds in the suburban areas, I suppose, are a lot smaller and it's more contested football, but they're really enjoying getting some open footy and making the most of it, and they do look so quick when they've got it by hand or by foot. It's that forward handball that's been really impressive, and they're running in waves. Bendigo just can't keep up, and once they find a player inside 50 that can have a shot on goal, they don't miss. So good finish there by Kirkwood.
Yeah, Mitch Kirkwood-Scott becoming the 6th multiple goal scorer out there for the Amos today. We've got 7 to play here in the final term. They're 86 points to the good. And the umpire will cross his chest for another ball up, still inside the centre circle. It'll be Alessio and Doherty to go to battle once again. Doherty won the tap down, couldn't quite find a teammate. Linda was holding his width behind the stoppage. Nice receive there. Alessio just jumped up and stole that hand pass from Bendigo player towards centre half forward. Juggling mark not quite taken there by Cheap. It comes towards the side. Cheap from marker turns tackler. And we get a stoppage right on the paint at the Barnard Street end of the ground. Umpire holds play a little bit, then gets things underway once again. The Ducks go again. Alessio and Doherty. Pambai was the target. Did really well to Crum. Got the clearance out towards the wing position. Just nurses that ball in the direction there of Kale. He turns inside on the left boot. It was a good one at that, right at true centre wing. Bendigo looking a little bit more lively in this final quarter. But that last kick inside 50 wasn't so flush. And intercept mark for the big V. And he finds Opie.
Opie, by hand. Richardson, inboard, moving it nicely. Linda gave it to Opie, the skipper. He ran out of room, then decides he retreats to come backward to go forward, which he showed composure and he hit Richardson 10 metres out from the boundary line, right in front of us. Broadcast side, Hill looked to horseshoe in and out the back zone now. It was a good hit. Finds Bader. Bader then plays on quickly to the outer side, so they horseshoe out to Davidson. Davidson takes a mark on right half back. Then he looks inboard. It's the first real horseshoe effort we've seen, Daniel, which is a real AFL trend.
Yep.
Kick, yep. Kick goes to Kirkwood. Kirkwood now to half forward. They're just lining up here, the Amos. It'll be a long kick forward. It came from Jemper, and he hits a teammate right at the top of the square, and that is Linda. And, well, what a build-up that was.
Yeah, like you said, John, it's that... it comes in one way and then goes out the other, so they did that well there, and once they get it out, they're very hard to stop. So I was watching through the middle there. The VAFA had 3 or 4 players lined up uncontested, so they could have taken their pick, and it's ended up here with Linda for his first shot on goal, I believe, today.
Barnard Street in, Linda to extend the margin, kicks through the footy and just drifts wide for a minor score. Takes it to 123, playing 36. 4 minutes remaining in this final term.
Ball comes out towards the broadcast wing. It's a long kick from Bendigo. About 3 or 4 VAFA players fly. No one could quite take the mark. Lloyd picks it up at ground level. Balks a couple of tackles. Linda has got it again. Has to get rid of it. Tried to break the tackle. Did well. Just inside the forward line here for the Amos. Comes out towards the side. Shepherd can pull the kick late towards the pocket. It's hugging the behind post here in the forward line for the big V. No one get a clean hand to it. Gamboa was in there for the Amos. Somehow Bendigo are going to merge with the footy. A rush kick comes out towards Linda. He takes the intercept mark, then a rush to the kick in the end, and has kicked a behind. Just a little bit rushed in that effort was Sammy Linda. He's now kicked 2 behinds in the space of about 30 seconds. The margin sits at 88 points, 4 to play, final term.
So Bendigo looks to bring it in to the broadcast side. Oh my goodness, he's kicked it. What, 5 rows back?
Well, I was about to say, John, I think the wind's just picked up the last minute. It's really got quite gusty out there, so I don't know if the guys down on the boundary can give us more information.
Yeah, it feels like the wind has picked up, guys. Just one guy I wanted to touch on quickly. McMahon's been really impressive in this second half. He's played in the middle, played up forward early and gone down back. He's been really impressive.
Yeah, as the ball now goes into the pocket and Castlemaine will kill it again and we'll have a ball in.
His brute body work today has been pretty impressive. So, yeah, he's started in the middle of this quarter. He's been pretty lively down back, and then I think that he started up forward to give him a contest or a target. He's just drifted behind the play now.
18-16 plays 5-6. The Ammo's there, 88 points to the good. I think the umpire will call for a recalled boundary throw-in. That'll be about 15 metres out from the Ammo's goal to the Barnard Street end of the ground. The wind holds that boundary throw in once again. Took front position off the side of the boat. A good shot from Edwards, or a good chance and a poor shot rather. And I think that ball's actually landed inside the field of play. So almost directly opposite to where that previous boundary throw-in is, will get a ball in.
Cal, if you were giving a medal today, who would the play be?
Tyson Nagel has been fantastic across half forward. I really like the game of Tommy Farr as well. He's been awesome through the middle for the Big V. And so we'll get another boundary throw-in over on the pool side of the ground, about 15 out from the Big V goals. We've only got a couple of minutes remaining here in the under-19s fixture. 124 plays 36. If you're just tuning in, it'll be the seniors contest starting at 2 o'clock between these two sides, the Bendigo Footy and Netball League and the Victorian Amateurs Football Association. That's only just about half an hour away. That was an awesome contest last year at Elsternwick Park. Now here at Queen Elizabeth Oval, we should be treated to an absolutely awesome contest. As this ball's now at centre half forward here for the Amos. No one get a clean hand to it. A high contact free kick going against Rickson. He was just a little bit clumsy in that tackle, and I think this might be Zach Travers, who will receive the free kick about 40 out directly in front.
He's been pretty good today, Travers, as well. He's had a lot of ball up going inside 50. Obviously, he's one of those guys, they want the ball in his hands. He uses it by hand or by foot, and now gets his chance to get his name on the scoreboard.
Played 3 games in the under-19s to start the season, did Zach Travers, then up to the Premier A-grade division and has not looked back. 11 goals in 7 games at the top flight. That one straight will land just at the top of the square. But a nice intercept mark taken there. I think it might have been that man again, McMahon, who just seems to be doing it at all levels. His kick was a poor one. Mitch Kirkwood-Scott turns the angle from 50 towards the pocket, and it's an intercept mark once again. 60 seconds remain here in the 19s fixture. Mark taken out there from Wilkinson. He'll send it along the wing, and it's a good ball that Bendigo, maybe with a little consolation prize. Kick comes to the corridor. Linda, lovely intercept mark, defensive side of the centre circle. He had his kick smothered, then went and got the footy again. That second kick's a little bit better into the hands there of Edwards. Feeds it on by hand, wasn't quite the right choice. It's 40 out from the Vic's goal. We've got 30 seconds to play, and a nice tackle there from Travers. Locks the ball inside the forward 50 for the Big V.
Hasn't had too many touches today, Linda, probably a good dozen, but every time he gets the ball, uses it.
There's a whistle that will go the way of the VAFA. This will certainly be the final play of the afternoon in this 19s fixture. I think it might be going to Gambaro. And does sound here at Queen Elizabeth Oval. There will be a set shot to be taken. In fact, it might be Owen Bader, who will look to eye the sticks. It'll be a 45-metre effort on the far side of the ground from a 45-degree angle. Named in the best in 5 out of 6 occasions at senior level. That kick is going to go awfully close, and it's through for a minor score to end the day. The VAFA victorious by 89 points, 18-17, 125. They defeat the Bendigo Footy and Netball League 5-6-36.
An impressive effort by the Amos here this afternoon, and they have ended up being a mighty victor here, Daniel. Really impressive the way that they ran the ball off halfback, you mentioned, and really dominated across the field. And it'd be disappointing if the seniors is like this game, because certainly we came here this afternoon to expect a big contest, but we'll move on.
Yeah, look, regardless of the scoreboard, I think it was still an enthralling game to watch. Bendigo had plenty of the ball. It was just the difference of skill, I suppose, and finishing off by the VAFA was superior than Bendigo. But they can hold their heads high. Bendigo, they threw everything at it. They played right to the final siren there. We could see McMahon dominate across half back there. I thought Cale's last quarter and Hardingham a few times through the middle here. Gray, he led by example, but yeah, VAFA were just too strong. Just winners all over the ground. Half-back Cal, they were tremendous, and then once they got the ball moving forward, the runners through the midfield just looked too strong.
Well, thanks for your efforts this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed your trip up to the home of country football, Cal, at the Bendigo Football Netball League.
Yes, no, thank you, John. Thank you, Dan. It's been an absolutely awesome morning turned afternoon. The result didn't quite go your way, so that's unfortunate for you guys. But the seniors contest, I can assure you, will be far tighter than what we saw in the 19s here today.
Yes, well, it's all over here in the under-19 game here in interleague football. 18-17, 125 to Bendigo 5-6-36. And Daniel, back into the commentary box. It's been a little while, but yeah, you enjoyed the morning and the afternoon?
Absolute pleasure, Don. Thank you again for the opportunity, and yeah, I'll see you again soon.
We'll be back very shortly for the big senior clash where Cam Powell will be hosting the broadcast. He'll be joined by Caddy Grinley from the Ammos. Also, Bendigo football legend Derek Philo will be joining us. I'll have a little bit to say in the background, as will Cal Cummins at ground level, where it was a dominant VAFA this afternoon, the Victoria Amateur Football Association. They have kicked 18-17, 125 in the under-19s to Bendigo 5-6-36. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a big afternoon of interleague football. Live 25, local fresh footy. So that's on? Yep.
But the game was played in great spirit, really competitive, so well done as well to the BFNL interleague side. First, we'd like to begin by thanking our umpires. Field, boundary and goal, can't have a game without you. Thank you very much for your work and congratulations on the appointments as well. So a round of applause for the umpires. As I said to both teams, it's not just the players who run out, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, coaches, trainers, runners and the like. So to all of the officials involved, well done on your hard work to make today possible as well. We'd like to thank the major sponsors in Workforce XS and the Bendigo Bank. And we'd like to get things underway. I'll introduce the coach of the BFNL, Jason Stevens, to come forward and say a few words on behalf of the side.
From my point of view, congratulations Paul and the VAFA boys. Outclassed us from start to finish, outsized as well, but fantastic, played in good spirit, and congratulations, well done, fully deserve it. From our perspective, to the support staff and the players, thank you for your commitment all the way through. Proud of the effort, as I said, outsized and outclassed throughout the day, but
can't doubt with the effort and commitment you guys have put in, so I really appreciate that. Hold your heads high and hopefully you learn from the experience and take it back to clubland and continue to grow as footballers. Thanks. Thanks, Jugger. Just hold tight here, Jugger. We'll have you back up on the mic in a second to award a Best On medal. But let's introduce the coach of the winning team from the VAFA, Paul Carrigan, to say a few words.
First of all, to the Bendigo boys, outstanding boys, really good. It takes a lot of commitment, you know, when you've got club work and then you've got to make yourself available for rep football to Jason and his coaching staff. We understand the commitment involved, and there is a huge commitment to do this, and the people that work in the background to put these things together, and there's a lot of work involved, trust me. So to the VAFA, to Dale and his team, really well done, well put together. To my boys, to the umpires, fantastic, really good job today, guys. You wouldn't know you guys are out there, and that's the way it should be. You guys know you're out there, of course, clearly. To our guys, we talked about culture from night one and what that might look like, and we had serious input. We had a couple of guys come and go with VFL commitments. To my coaching staff, a couple of guys that have worked with me for a long period of time. Trav, JP, additions this year, and outstanding. So, yeah, to the greater community of Bendigo, you guys are the lifeblood of our great state. Make no mistake, and it's an absolute privilege to come up here and play the greatest game in the world, and it is, in great communities like yours. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you, Paul. Well said. All right, I'll now get Jason just to come back to the mic because the BFNL will announce the Best of Field medal. It's named for Robert O'Connell, who's actually here to present the medal as well. So, Robert, thank you for your time. And Jugger will get you to announce the recipient. Really honoured to have Bigger here to present the medal in his name, so it's fantastic to have him here. From a Bendigo perspective, the player we've named Best on Ground is going to be a superstar in our competition. Already is. That's James Gray from Gisborne.
I just want to say thanks to the VAFA boys for coming out and putting on a good show today, and thanks for being putting on a good day, and yeah, tough luck to our boys, but you know, it is what it is sometimes.
Thanks, James. Well done. We'll get Paul to come back up, or we might actually get Charlie to come forward to announce their best player. Thanks again, Paul.
Really hard one when everyone's getting plenty of ball. Talls, smalls, everyone was doing their role, but I think the guy that really lit it up for us early and kicked a sensational goal in the last quarter is Mitch Kirkwood-Scott.
Thanks, Paul. I believe the VAFA will also award a medal to the player they judge as best from Bendigo. That will take place in the rooms in a few moments' time. Just to finish up with proceedings, Paul, I'll get you to come back with Charlie, the captain of the VAFA, Charlie Opie, to come forward and collect the trophy as a reward for your efforts today. Well done, guys. The winners of the Under-19 interleague match to 2025, VAFA. Well done. So thanks, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a short break, not far away from getting to the senior action. We'll have the national anthem performed as well. But again, well done to both sides, for the BFNL and VAFA, for their efforts in the Under-19s.